Yeah, Warren would be fine.
To check. Okay, Wotan wants to be brought on stage. I think he's assisting in the prosecution. It's
Yeah,
possible
he is, but...
you'll have to wait though. Wait until
Yeah,
the defense is on stage and you'll be on stage.
Yeah, I can't.
And
Yeah,
all
I can't bring him up. I don't have permission.
Adam, check your DMs.
Oh my god, I keep falling through the floor.
I wish I did. I wish I did have permissions, bro.
Okay, yeah. Mike will be on soon. He's eating right now.
I'm eating right now.
It's funny. I see people in my shock regiment like command group chat. They're all queuing. It's kind of funny to see. They're just in line.
They should get fast track, bro. Like
They should. Yeah.
bypassing.
Are we gonna be able to filter all these people in the next 20 minutes? Or in the next 10 minutes?
Probably.
I mean, there's like so many in line. Like
Wait,
the line.
Can we bring up Wotan? Can we bring up Wotan, please?
I need to. Okay.
Yeah. Whoever has permissions to do it.
Oh, I'm scared.
Tony, does pinging them work or does it not work?
Yeah, it does work.
Okay, so just do that for Aethel and for Wotan.
Is Tom gonna help prosecute?
Yo.
As of now, yeah.
Yo.
For now.
Guys,
Yo.
just to let you guys know, to become stenographer, this guy had to type at 150 words per minute, and he had to average a reaction time of sub 125 milliseconds. So it's a very high demand job.
Wait, do we have what do you call those people who do the paintings during the court trials, like in Diddy's?
We don't have one of them.
We need one of those, bro. Anyone that's a painter, volunteer, bro.
You speed paint.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, please, take. I mean, just chuck screenshots in AI. An actual portrait would be nice, guys. An actual portrait.
Low effort, bro.
If someone doesn't
When
make
I'm
like
sitting down.
if someone doesn't make like a 3D edit of this or some shit, you know, or it's like a portrait. bro.
Wait, guys, let's
Like a
let up
Renaissance.
Wotan.
If someone doesn't make like a Renaissance painting edition of this trial, bro, you go.
Or it should be framed on a wall somewhere as well.
Do
In
it,
the
do it, just
courtroom.
but only of the judges, only of the panel. Only of the
Yeah,
panel.
like a nice portrait.
We're all doing something different. So it's like a Renaissance painting, you know.
Can we let the king back up onto the podium, bro?
And I'm
The,
still the
Britannica.
king. And I'm still the king.
King of
Oh yeah, he's quite an important
Britannica.
guy. Yeah.
Why don't
Yeah,
we bring
he got-
up,
he
why
got
don't we bring
killed.
up the Pope, bro? Why don't we bring up the Pope, bro?
Oh, don't bring him up on the stage. Bring him up on the physical podium in the game.
Yeah, he's there. I brought him back.
Okay.
Is Pero in?
Arrow the Pope? Yo.
The guy who coordinated Alec. He's gonna revoke his royal title.
Oh yeah, about that. The papacy?
I don't know, depending on the outcome of this. I don't know.
Who taught you to do that, Howard?
Okay,
Easy
Howard.
tap.
Easy time. I've never
Patrick,
been
come
to
back
this-
here. Come back here,
What
Patrick.
do you know about the papacy though?
I'm here.
Where-
You know,
Patrick,
you know,
where are
I'm
you
here.
running your where are you running to in game, Patrick? Maybe you should
You know, no, I'm just walking around. You know, this is nice. You know, it's a beautiful place here. I mean, frankly,
Okay.
we have never seen something so beautiful. Okay.
Yo, I have
Those who know.
Is
I
this, your
got
favorite, is this your favorite room, Patrick? You like
Yo. Yo, I have a
He's on his
question.
PC too.
What's your favorite part
Yo.
about this room, Patrick?
Holy bro, oh my god, nigga, shut down,
Oh,
bro.
bro.
Hey, I got a question.
Oh, yo, we're holding
Yo,
you
I
in
got a
contempt. We're holding you in
Bro.
contempt.
Oh my god, bro. Hold on, I'm black. I can say it. Alright, yo.
Okay,
Alright. Hey, yo.
WMDs.
Hey, what is the... Okay. What is the... Okay. So, Tony the pro, okay. What is,
The honorable pro.
Yo,
Alright, there it
Chris,
is. Yeah, alright, bro. I'm beating around the bush a little bit. Yeah, Tony.
Yeah.
How are you structuring this as far as, how much time is each side gonna have for their statement,
They get
cross
get-
statement, all that?
they get a maximum.
Okay, guys, real quick. Seems like Lloyd God wants you Teutonians on the left side of the courtroom, and if you're an Octavian or someone else, please go to the right side of the courtroom. Just do it quickly, please.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
His right or
Thanks,
our
bro.
right? His right or our right?
Are we talking about segregation
Okay.
or what?
So
No,
Hey.
he just
Okay,
wants to
shut
talk
up.
about Vegas.
No
Shut
one
up.
said that, bro. No one said that.
Shut up. So, Aethel, to answer your question, each the defense and the prosecution each get 2 hours and 30 minutes for their case.
Okay, now we're swapping sides again, bro. Oh my god.
Okay, I
That's-
got you. So wait, okay, 2 hours 30 minutes concurrent, or is that broken up into
It's not
how
broken.
like?
You can use it however
So-
much you want.
So you're telling me that we get 2 hours and 30 minutes to just speak, not stop.
Wait,
yes,
guys, this
bro.
door is open. We can look out. Come over here.
Wait. I want to see.
We're probably not
Okay,
gonna use all of it, but
Don't
Yeah,
go
I
out
don't
of
think,
the
I
door.
don't think that. Nah, Alec is gonna be up here yapping that he's gonna ask for an extension, bro. He's gonna be like, "Can I get another 30 minutes?" That guy
Holy
is
We're
always
not, we're
yapping,
not gonna
bro.
let one side go on too long. If it's like,
yeah,
if you're
that's
just
gonna
doing
be
narrative,
regulated.
you know.
holy
Okay.
crap.
Bro, you got a seat, bro. Finance got a seat.
Patrick and Howard, go to that side, and then Lourdes and Adam come here and line up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
The big
this.
seven.
Wait,
Yeah,
I'm in
that's right.
Teutonia too. What the hell?
And then just make sure to walk when you come out.
Yeah.
Where do you
Then
want
I'll
Press
come-
M, so you've got the really slow walk. Let's make sure you've got this.
Wait, what is it?
Tony, where do you
Press
want
M.
Come over
Just
here.
keep pressing
M,
M
huh?
until you've got a nice slope. A slope.
Okay,
Alright.
nice.
And
Oh,
then
fuck.
whenever the chief bailiff says all rise for the arrival of the blah blah blah, then you guys go out.
We know the drill. We know the drill.
Yo, Hertz,
I don't know, the trial wasn't at the mock trial,
The
bro.
stenographer's place is on the left side, bro.
Are we shoulder to shoulder, or are we?
Just so you know, buddy.
Single file.
He can take the long. He's
Single
gonna take the
file.
long route.
Wait, that's Aura
To
though.
be with Big Seven. To be with Big Seven, he can walk across like the whole front of the Cora.
So when they say all rise, we stand up or we sit down?
Wait, next to. Like,
No,
We
you
would
guys
stand up.
can just take
Oh.
a seat.
Okay.
But
Tell,
you got
tell
wait,
us when to go in. Tell us when to go.
the bailiff is gonna say it. You guys got to get in a single file though. Adam and Lourdes.
I've got my wave ready, my slashy wave ready as I walk out.
Okay. And then I have to get someone to open the other door on this side. Hold on.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
And then I'll come in last.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because Tony is so humble, bro. Such a
I'm
humble
very
man.
humble. Okay, who's a justice? I need someone to open the door.
Yeah, you
No.
are, but your seat's on the other side.
The other door? Yeah, I got you. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, because I don't have perms. Alright. Oh, wait, I just realized. Where's Alexander?
Sure, it'd be the same if he didn't show up.
Adam will be representing.
That would be
if he's
actually insane. I don't. Is there even a substitute for Alec?
That's crazy,
Well,
bro.
Alec is
Yo,
100% gonna show
My-
up.
Let me ask him.
No, there's no way he won't, bro.
Yeah, he's coming. He's loading in now. Alright, you guys heard that? He's loading in now, so you guys can give him his escort.
Who's this? Alexander.
Oh my god.
Is there still room in the VIPs?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, there's loads of room in the VIPs. At least the one on the side of the corner.
Alright, let me check if he's even in the stage VC, Alexander.
Why are the
But-
seats so they're kind of empty? Like I feel like they need to process people a bit faster so everyone can be
Yeah.
seated by the
Yeah.
side. of the train.
Yeah, like they got like 4 minutes to do it, right?
Yeah, like just keep literally just like if they're not an old, just let them through it. The security's good.
Wait, are you
We're
letting
gonna-
Clemens up? Why are we letting Clemens up? What is he?
He's assisting Alec.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Bruh.
Oh, this is a lit ass function, bro.
Look at the justice group chat.
Why is there nobody in the seats, bro?
There's nothing in that
Holy-
group chat.
I'm lagging so
I
much.
just posted a GIF. I think.
Wait, Clemens is
Okay.
Alex's. Okay.
No, bruh.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
locked in as well, bro.
Okay,
Wow.
everyone.
Yeah,
Why are we bringing up Clemens then?
he's part of Alexander's legal counsel apparently.
so we failed to talk about that in the group chat.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about it right now.
If we could also bring up Cadillac, he's also part of the defense. I believe his full username is Cadillac Dealer at FE White. I can DM Tony that full username.
I don't think he's in the server.
He probably isn't. I'll
Yeah,
invite him.
Aethel, can we get Mike to hurry up? I mean,
Yeah.
Cadillac Dealer responded.
I'm on the phone with him right now.
okay.
He said that he is in the server.
He's wrapping up. He's wrapping up his cereal. So he's gonna hop on.
How
his
long
phone.
does it take you to finish cereal, bro? He's been eating cereal for like 20
Hey,
minutes.
bro.
Alex-
Yeah, it's a good cereal, bro. You gotta give him some time.
Alexander,
He's
do you have your
Anybody's-
escort?
Young, healthy.
Yes, I have my escort. I've been advised by Loikard to bring all the witnesses, so I'm trying to get them in game right now, and they'll be TP'd.
Alright, that's perfect.
Yeah, if anybody's interested, the cereal is the new Oreos Crunch.
Wow.
Like it's
That-
like a, it's like a little, it's like little dark balls.
Got a
mixed
bit of a
with
seared
marshmallows.
bite. Got a bit of
No,
seared-
it's like you taste the. You guys know how Oreos taste, right? Like the dark part and the white part. So
You taste the Oreos or the cereal first?
like it's not like that. They put the flavor of the Oreos into the cereal and then they add marshmallows and just for effect.
Oh.
Hey, guys, bro, this is. Shush. Seriously.
Yo, time to lock in, bro. Yo, it's 1400,
Okay.
bro.
Are we waiting for Mike, or what are we doing here?
Let's,
We're
you know what?
waiting.
Let's give
Well-
let's give it another. All right, I can do opening statements.
People
on
are
my
still
team,
entering and we're wasting on Mike.
Hold
So
on,
just chill out
hold
for
on.
a bit, huh?
We don't have all of our people here. Okay.
We have
Yeah,
we'll
we need
give
all of our people here first.
I'll give-
Lokachev
I'll
is
give-
in game.
10
Well, then
minutes.
defer-
Parties have been
defer
sniffing to a
by-
delay. Both parties.
We can listen. We convene in 10 minutes. No more waiting. No more. We convene in 10 minutes. So ensure everyone that needs to be in game gets in game.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you bring?
We do
Patrick
have to
back up on the
understand.
stage?
Hey, well,
There's
fuck
going to be
yo.
some people who have they're going to arrive this minute, right? They may not have been planning on coming up.
Please bring Patrick back up on the stage.
I'm not gonna be in game, by the way. I'm just gonna be in the VC.
Dude, you're
That's
ruining
fine.
the roll arp, bro. Come on.
Oh my
Bro, I can't.
god.
Dude, I literally cannot be in game, bro. Not right now.
Gosh.
My computer will
Treachery.
explode, bro. I can't
It's
run.
still
like
my
that,
aura.
Just a reminder for everybody entering the courtroom: if you're Teutonian, go to your right. If you're not, go to the left side of the courtroom.
Yo, can you bring one of my can you bring one of my prosecutors up on here real quick? What's on Spear RG?
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah,
I have to bring up.
I asked for like a million.
Yeah. Nah, cause Tony.
Has everyone just been let into the courtroom? Is that what's just happened?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
closed the gates and started executing people. So yeah.
Oh my god. The Great Massacre.
This is a certified Molotov classic, bro.
Who's
have
this
a
one?
right to sue,
Who's
bro.
this
They have a
one
right to
corporal? Who's this one corporal on the left line that's just lagging his ass out, dude?
Bro,
Well,
everyone's
we-
lagging on my screen.
Oh,
We have
hell
nearly-
no, bro.
We have nearly 500 people.
Yeah, server's crashing. Bro.
Yeah, good
So-
trial.
Yeah, the
good
server's
trial.
crashing, bro.
Good trial.
No,
let's
Adam.
knock
No,
out that.
Adam. But it's not. It's a nothing burger. It's a nothing.
Bro,
Oh,
that's
I
hard,
crashed.
bro. Just,
Oh my god. Whose idea was it, bro?
Yeah,
Who
GG,
told
bro.
him- Who told him
Yeah,
all this
whose
coming, bro?
idea?
Who
Nice
said
one,
that?
Molotov. Yeah, just
Who
have
said
him
that?
bum rush in, bro. GG.
Who said
Bro.
that, bro? Who said that? Whose idea was it, bro?
you can do them one at a time quickly, right? You don't have to let them all in or do them all slowly. There's a middle ground.
Oh my
The
God,
limit
bro.
is 450, guys. The future 450.
Bro, I'm probably not going to get in.
It's not even 450 seats, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, the
Can we
server
put the-
size
can we put the-
was
can we
based
put
on
the
the weight of
server-
April's mother.
Yo, who said that, bro? Yo,
Okay,
who said
okay,
that, bro?
okay,
Hey,
okay,
hey,
okay,
hey,
okay,
hey,
okay.
hey, I got a problem with you, bro. Hey, let's meet up, bro. I'll find you, bro. Say that to my
Okay,
face.
okay,
That ass,
okay,
bro.
that's enough.
Let's go.
Gonna bring the
That's
pepper
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
we're-
get
we're
you, bro.
holding consent.
Hey, don't be talking all that stuff behind the screen, bro. Just wait till I get you. I'm Big Tyrone. They call me Tyrone. No, they call me Big Tyrone for a reason. So. Yeah.
Okay, I don't think anyone can join the game. Completely.
All
completely
right, bro. All right, bro.
I'd like to advise the tribunal that 2 witnesses, Logachev and Freya, are in stage. So
Okay.
When their time comes,
They'll be brought up.
But also,
yeah.
I would also like to advise Tony the Pro to bring up my RG, please.
Utal and Spear.
Yes.
The
Also,
RG.
Mike is
The
also
RG
Mike is
counter.
on. Mike is
We
on.
should
He'll
put
be in
the entire
the
defense
moment.
team up.
Okay, well you can only have 2. You're only gonna have like 2 prosecutors. So
What?
pick
Okay.
between either you and Mike or
Alex
somebody
said he had
else.
2 more. Wait, there's 3 people on
Because I
Alex.
can't have all 4 of you.
Well, there's
Why
okay.
is
So
there
Alec.
3
Well,
people
hold on.
Alex's
That
team?
doesn't make any sense because Alec is representing himself and he has 2 people on his council. So I get to have 2 people as well.
well,
No,
no. There's only one person who's going to be present. The other one is just an assistant with the documents.
Yeah, that's
Okay, okay, I got you, man. Okay, then we'll run it like that. Then one person will be an assistant to the documents. Okay. Mike is getting out right now. Bring him up on the stage.
Yeah,
Alright.
bring Mike up.
And then when Mike comes up, I'm assuming we're going to put. Never mind, he just went back down.
Can you bring up? Oh, Patrick's already. Is anyone connecting? By the way, can anyone connect?
Yo.
Who here
Yeah,
has?
man, it's
Who here
fine.
is Tony?
It's
Yo, Tony.
slowly loading back in. Just give it a minute.
Please bring up Wotan's Spear.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to join the game, bro. I'm gonna be real.
He's not even gonna be speaking he's not really gonna be prosecuting, he's just gonna be speaking on behalf of the RG and their involvement in this.
Hugh's idea was
Hello.
just let everyone in at once.
I'm here just to be an assistance to Mike and Athel, and also just representing the RG, which were specifically asked to help with the prosecution. So, or our own prosecution team.
okay.
So I will just be here representing that, and that is all.
Fine. Is anyone loading in?
I'm in, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
don't
in.
bother with the whole
Oh.
organization thing. Just get people in. It doesn't matter.
Well, the ruler has specifically requested that all Octavian and non-Teutonians are to sit with Aleczander on his side, while all Teutonians sit on the side of the prosecution. And that is how the ruler has ordered it, so that is how it will be.
Votan, just leave it at this stage. Honestly, we're never going to get this done. Everything was perfect until you fucking retards demanded that everybody just be let in at once, which caused the server to crash.
Yeah, that was
My
rather
fault.
stupid. I don't know why y'all did that.
Because they're fucking.
No,
I
no
also
one.
have no idea why that
fucking
happened.
patience. The guy who's meant to be prosecuting has only just arrived, and you're all fucking screaming about how it's taking too long. We spent an hour getting this ready, and you just fucked it into the ground as hard as you could because you got no fucking attention span. So now we're gonna wait until everybody is in. If it crashes again, then we'll just fucking wing it. But we just need leave the doors open, let people come and sit down. Anybody jumping, anybody sprinting, just ban them. Ban them straight off, because player count is not sustainable if everybody is using animations and jumping around and shit like that and fucking with the doors. So if security can go back to where they were and monitor the doors and just get the usernames of anybody fucking with them, anybody sprinting, and we'll just ban them to clear out the player count. You don't need to tap the doors, just they're already open, so stop pressing them to go through them. They're all already open. Every single door you need to use is open. Stop fucking with them. And security officials just leave the doors into the courtroom and the gates open.
They got me caught up at the border and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Move me up.
Oh.
Did you get arrested or something? I don't know.
Yeah, bro. They're checking me right now. Checking my papers and shit.
What the fuck? Okay.
Lourdest, where are you? Because
I'm
I'm
just
in.
I'm at this thing
I,
here.
I'm loading in. My game is just shitting itself right now. It
Am I
was
going to get
like
teleported?
perfectly fine.
Setter, can you get us
Wait, what's
across,
up?
bro?
Say what?
Can you get
Okay.
us across me, Adam, and Howard here? And Patrick, if he's in game.
Patrick needs to get unbanned.
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah, and Mike is also
Okay,
in game, but
I hope you don't
he's,
mind. I'm just not even gonna try and put on my uniform. Could I just be brought? I'm already wearing an appropriate outfit.
Bro.
I'm
Alright,
just not even gonna
All these
try.
people jumping and running, bro. They're not gonna open the door. You're gonna crash the game.
Thank you. This will do.
it's only
Oh,
the
this
this
is lagging like
this
crazy.
this retard in the Vanguard, bro.
Move as little as possible, guys.
It's kind of funny. Me and Mike are sitting outside this gate,
Ooh.
waiting to be let
Alright,
in.
I'm in.
Oh, gameplay pause.
You got teleported, probably.
If you guys are lagging or if you feel like you're gonna crash, like just stare at a wall. Don't give like your game anything to process. So yeah, if you get gameplay paused, just
Oh,
don't
my
look at loads of moving
like
players.
crazy.
Just stare at a wall. Zoom in.
Yeah, can we get Pat unbanned again?
Yeah.
Patrick got
Ain't
banned.
that right, Patrick? Ain't that right? Wait, is he not even in this?
He's not even on
Ain't
the
that right?
stage.
Bro.
Ain't that right, Pat, who is currently on his PC?
He's having internet issues, he says.
Alright,
Probably
it's
gets
fine.
those games frying his laptop.
Yeah.
We don't have to
I mean,
rush
we
this.
nearly have 500 people.
Could I request to be teleported?
Yeah, I'll bring you.
Cheers.
We got someone in the audience named EDP.
Yo, Lavo's here, bro. Look.
Oh, there's a lot of people.
Oh, Lava's in? That's
Yeah, Lavo's here. He's standing right here as a loyal, humble protector.
Thanks, Lava.
God bless
Excellent.
Lavo. Harwin is
Okay.
screaming.
Look,
He's here to act as a
Lord.
statue.
look how hench this guy looks. Vice shot commando.
Yeah, look at this humble stenographer right here. Look at him.
Yeah, no, yeah, he does have aura. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, if you don't fit in the courtroom, too bad, man.
All right, just to be clear, we're not bringing witnesses into this room. We're just bringing defense, right?
Witnesses only get brought up when it's their time to speak.
Right. Okay.
Are the
you
witnesses
just
gonna
killed
be-
the chief prosecutor, you fucking moronic chode. What is wrong with you?
Who did that?
Seda just killed.
I don't know. I have no idea who he is, bro. My bad.
Well,
There you go.
They're up here, so.
still biggest event in our WW2 history. So anybody complaining can, yeah.
Yeah, 400 people for one court. Crazy.
Seda,
All
can you have something useful done and ensure that the security police at the various doors are killing people that keep closing them behind themselves, and also getting their username to ban them? Because there's
Sure.
nothing of value lost if we ban people who are just trying to fucking crash the game and slow things down.
Yeah, it's not hard to hold W, guys. Just press one key on your keyboard. That's kind of, you know.
Patrick's in this stage. Can someone bring him
Why
up?
do we?
Yeah, I'll bring him.
So, the groups, right? Getting kicked out here and there. It's terrible. What groups do I need to be in? Howard?
I don't know. I mean, it's outrageous, really.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I'm here. I'm waiting. So, like everyone else.
You're standing back.
Humbly waiting.
Yeah.
Humbly waiting. At his computer.
Yeah. Humbly waiting.
Alright.
I'm sitting down at PC. I'm locked in.
The ruler demands complete silence. Specifically for those who are chatting in the game, you'll be removed from the courtroom if you continue chatting. It is lagging up the game. So cease all chatting in game, please and thank you.
All right.
If someone could someone open up the courtroom and just keep the door open for like 5
Yeah,
seconds? Okay.
Someone keep these doors open.
Open. Yes, please.
This
I
door.
think Aldwin, you should be able to open it.
Wotan, open this door.
I literally can't. I'm not in the RMJ or RM.
Okay,
The realms
Croatian,
Ministry of Justice.
Croatian, open the other door, Croatian. Okay, Howard, Patrick, and your positions, and the same thing for Lourdes and
Is
Adam.
Patrick in game though? I don't see him.
He
He's
might
still
not be
having
in game.
issues. He's still having issues. Turning this corner gives me so much lag. Holy crap. Holy freaking
Just getting your Lourdes. You can go on the other side. You and
Alright,
Howard.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean? We're
Did you
already on this
unban
side.
Lord? Did you unban Patrick from the game? I don't know.
Yeah,
he
Pat-
should be.
Wait.
Yeah, he should be in band.
I'm telling.
Are we?
If there's no free seats for you, I'm sorry. Just you gotta have to go, bro. There's only so many seats in here.
You can, yeah. Also, you guys can turn.
You can
turn
listen
off-
in on the stage, but there's like no seats left. I think there's maybe
Oh,
2
TP,
or 3, but
TP
you know.
Patrick Rosenberg. TP Patrick Rosenberg.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, they're still chatting outside. You need to be silent. No chatting in the Roblox chat. The ruler has ordered it so.
Speaking is strictly prohibited.
Yes.
This is a very big event. Don't ruin your chances of being able to attend it by chatting.
This
in
is
game,
arguably
screeching,
the
or
biggest
jumping.
event in our World War II.
You guys can
I
also
think
turn
it
off name
is.
tags. You should turn off name tags too. That like decreases lag.
I
significantly.
know.
Oh, yeah, I
Wotan,
should do
why are you right here? Go to the.
Would I be on the other side?
No, go to the
Is-
prosecution table. Where
Did
the
you TP
prosecutors.
Patrick Rosenberg?
I don't
No,
think he's in
Patrick
game. I
is
don't
not
see
here.
him.
Okay.
Is
You
this
sit
not
right
where
here.
the prosecution table is? Okay. I
No,
literally
where
thought it was over here.
where Michael and Victor is sitting. Stand. Or sit next to him,
Oh.
actually.
Got it. Eighth floor, are you gonna be in game at all? Or is you doing this over the chat?
This PC sucks,
I'm just
bro.
doing this over
I don't
VC,
think-
bro.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to join.
No, my computer would probably explode, bro, if I try getting the game. So.
Once the game is done, will a ping be sent to like Teutonia
Do you need to be in
so
the
even more people are
Teutonian?
on
You need to
stage?
be in the Teutonian group to join the game.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why he's getting kicked. Duh. One sec.
I can just turn whitelist off too.
Well, don't do that, because then a bunch of retards are going to join.
Fair enough.
Alexander, are you in place to march into the courtroom?
The police are currently talking to me about something. I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not gonna lie, bro. They need to get their shit in order, bro. They were fucking profiling me.
Oh wow.
Were they patting you down?
Oh, they're putting me in a
Yeah,
re-education
bro. They're making sure I
room.
didn't have a bomb. That's what they said.
I request a female officer to pat me down.
That's enough. That's enough.
Rare Howard W.
Rare.
Rare. Change that rare to a common.
No, I'm currently getting the
Okay, let's
teacher
have
pat down by these cops.
let's have some order in this court.
Yeah, let's remain silent till we start.
There's no more seats left. If you're locked outside the courtroom, sorry.
Okay, I'll be
There's no
right
more.
back. I'll be back in like a few minutes.
Alright. Can someone accept Patrick into the Titonia group on Patrick Rosenberg so he can join?
It's automated.
Oh. Can.
Oh, it's not anymore. The bot broke actually.
Can someone tell
Oh,
the robot
God.
to automate himself to accept Alec into the group? I mean, not Alec. Patrick. I mean, worst case scenario, we can just have Patrick in stage. It's
Yeah,
fun
it's
dumb.
not the end of the world.
Yeah, they're currently just going over the rules in the re-education room. They instructed me, no shitting on the floor, no pissing in the beds, stuff like that.
Mm.
Hey, real quick. Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Can you check to see if this 1338 Ethan is in this audience? We're gonna bring him up.
Why does it need to be brought up?
Assistant prosecutor.
Hold on. Chief Bailiff.
So
Can you open the doors and then take your place and you can announce. You can give the order.
sure thing.
Make sure
Tarupa,
to
can you move here, bro? I don't know what you're doing.
Lourdes, swap with me. Lourdes, swap with me.
Okay, that's open. Go to the other side now. We're ready.
go ahead and initiate whenever you're ready.
All rise. Press the space bar. There you go. The Special Tribunal for Extraordinary Affairs is now in session. The Honorable Presiding Justice, Tony the Pro, and the Associate Justices presiding.
Go ahead. Move. And then justices, when he says please be seated, you can take your seats.
Please be seated. Thank you.
Okay. Today we are convened in the matter of Aleczaender versus RCR, case number 001. All members of the audience are to remain silent and seated in respect of the court's proceedings. Failure to abide by these rules will result in removal from the courtroom. Counsel for both sides, please identify yourselves for the record. Prosecutor?
Michael Invicta.
Defense?
Victor.
You said what?
Defense, identify yourselves.
The police are still interrogating me in the re-education room, and they said that they're waiting for the courtroom to clear. If you want, I will still
Bro,
proceed.
Just bring him up here, bro.
Yeah, just go ahead. You can go
Jesus
ahead and
Christ,
enter.
bro.
Go ahead and
Okay.
enter.
All right.
Bro, why is the fucking defendant getting fucking interrogated right now?
Yes.
Yo, Tony, check DMs real quick.
Yo, by the way, is anyone recording this? Do we have like a
Yeah,
designated
Octavian's
person?
recording it, and Monastic is as well.
Okay, alright, sweet.
Yo, is there a way to make the game run better, bro? I'm running like 15 FPS right now.
Yeah, bro.
Turn off tags. Turn on graphics. That's all I can do.
You can just make some more money, bro. Get a better computer, bro. Yeah.
Shit, I thought my computer was good after all this, bro.
The police are now putting me in a marching box and they're trying to capture it so that I guess we march in unison. I'm just.
Okay, I don't know why this
Oh
wasn't
my
done.
God.
bloody.
I don't know.
Kennedy,
I
What
don't
is
know.
going on?
Bro, I swear to God, Rex.
They are now instructing me not to touch my keyboard or it will break the marching scripts. I wish I was joking.
Oh, okay. This is not.
Bro.
Could we just could anyone potentially teleport Alec if he gets out of the marching script? Because I don't see the point of this.
Nope. They just locked me in. Oh, now I can't move. Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Now
never
my
mind, you're
my
here.
thing's broken. Yeah,
Wait.
but my character's broken now because I'm in the
Hold
marching
on, let's
script.
just
Yeah, he's gonna grab you and just bring you over to your defense thing. Yeah.
here you
Okay,
go,
try
good
and sit
sir.
down.
Okay. Could also bring Clemens
Okay.
here as well. That'd be great.
Okay. We're gonna try that one more time.
No, he's not the defense. That's a witness. Why is my witness?
Oh, I guess I'll go over here then. There you go.
Counsel for both sides, please identify yourselves for the record. Prosecution.
Michael Invicta, Chief
Defense.
Prosecutor.
Defense, identify yourself.
Aleczaender, Chief Defense.
All right. Before we begin, are there any preliminary motions or objections before we proceed to opening statements? Okay. Good. Let the accused be reminded you stand before this tribunal presumed innocent. You shall be granted the full rights of defense, representation, and the presentation of evidence. Aleczander, you stand accused of the following charges: pedophilia and grooming, extortion,
Objection.
and
Objection. I have an
doxing.
objection to
Yes.
the charges. I have an objection to the charges. Not pedophilia, but it is grooming.
Okay.
But do not include pedophilia as grooming.
Okay. Grooming / extortion, and doxing / cyber criminal activities. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Let the plea be recorded. We will proceed to trial. Prosecution may now present its opening statement.
Greetings, Your Honor, members of the court and members of the stalemated community. My name is Aethel Invicta, and I'm the associate prosecutor of this case. It is an honor and a privilege to stand here before the court, representing the community and the people within it. Over the past several years, the defendant, Aleczander, in this case, has committed countless inexcusable acts against the people of the Roblox World War II genre. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, today the prosecution shall be providing to you beyond reasonable doubt that the defendant willfully and purposefully engaged in acts tantamount to absolute degeneracy, engaging in grooming behaviors, inappropriate behaviors, associating and cooperating with doxers, and disseminating an extreme Christian-nationalist and fascist ideology amongst the youth. This case concerns the very foundations and pillars of safety within our community and the standards of behavior which are supposed to follow with such an immense responsibility as leading a 7,000 member strong nation. The defendant has violated the guidelines of the stalemated community of respect, privacy, anti-discrimination, anti-racism, and the terms of service of both Roblox and Discord. You will see today that Aleczander, a prominent member of this community, engaged in actions that were a direct and flagrant attack on these standards and ideals which govern our community. You will see evidence which proves this, and furthermore, you will find that the defendant seemingly has no remorse for their actions, instead deflecting, victim blaming, and using the defense of, what's the big deal? I'm here to tell you that it is in fact a big deal. We will call multiple witnesses, or in their absence, examine their statements. These witnesses will testify to the heinous actions taken by the defendant. The defense may try to tell you that the defendant had no intention of grooming the individual in question, or that they weren't responsible for the fascistic personality cult that they had created. They may try and tell you that the age difference, quote unquote, wasn't that bad, or that the individual is almost an adult, and therefore that makes it okay. I'm here to tell you that these statements are simply going to be made to try and throw you off, to try and throw doubt into the fact that these acts were clearly intentional, conducted with full knowledge and responsibility, and that Aleczander should have known better. Even in his own defense document that he made, he acknowledges that he should have done things differently. Even in his rebuttal video, he contradicts himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that at the conclusion of this trial, you find the defendant guilty on all charges. Beyond the testimony that you heard today, there's over a 200-page investigative report that we will read selectively during our main argument, but that in itself should be damning enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you make the right choice, the correct choice, and find this defendant, Aleczander, guilty. That's all.
All right. Defense counsel, you may proceed.
Do you want me to stand up? Is that it?
You can if you want, yeah.
Okay. Honorable members of the tribunal, my name is Aleczander, and I am here because I've been accused of something serious and truly disturbing. Grooming, doxing, I was been accused of trying to spread Christian nationalism and much, much more amongst other allegations. These are serious allegations, and I understand the gravity of the situation. These are accusations which, if they are to be labeled upon one's name, the evidence for it should be solid, concrete. I understand that when grooming allegations are levied, people are quick to immediately assume the worst given the nature of this platform. But at the end of the day, it is unright and unfair to immediately believe allegations unless both sides are heard, including mine. I would like to say that I am fully clean of what I am being accused of. I have never coerced, manipulated, or harmed anyone. I have also never endorsed anyone involved in leaking someone's private information or backed them up in any way. I've never established friendships with my members, especially those on the younger side, with the intent to groom them into anything, especially marriage. What I did was participate in conversations with a person named Freya, where we discussed life, Bible studies, gave her Christian advice in a household where she's surrounded by atheists, and in a country which hates God, and so on. None of this equates to me grooming her in any way, shape, or form, alongside any allegations of me calling her weird nicknames, alongside other hearsay. I would like to also mention that friend groups such as the Monkey Crew are not a deep state doxing cult, but rather a casual group of friends that have known each other since 2019. The Monkey Crew members like Volkmar are new additions, supposedly, and his actions do not speak for the rest of the Monkey Crew. Over the course of this tribunal, you will see that there is no actual evidence of me doing what I am accused of. I have not coerced people for explicit images. I have not alienated anyone, nor have I doxed anyone myself, nor have I threatened or lied to anyone. You will hear context behind the screenshots that were shared, and you will see how assumptions and rumors turned into accusations. Over the last week and a half, I have been accused of being a pedophile. I've been accused of having child porn on my computer. I've been accused of playing Kano games with Freya, accused of previously having a porn addiction, and accused of being older than I actually am. And for the record, I am currently 22, not 23, by people who have claimed to have read the document, even though the majority of these allegations aren't even included in the document or have otherwise been corrected in the document. Calumny and slander on my name have been spread and enabled because of what people believe is in this document. In addition to my good name being tarnished, Freya, who is this supposed victim, has had private, explicit messages leaked of her where she expresses private thoughts and opinions about how she feels. Not just that, but unnecessarily so, a chat log of Freya joking around with an Aleczander bot was leaked, which had extremely graphic text. RCR has admitted that this was a mistake that they overlooked when making the document. Freya stated in an RCR stage the damage RCR did to her impacted her more than anything that I could have ever done to her. She has lost friends, she has been harassed, she has been labeled an e-girl, and has been betrayed over this drama originating from this document, which was so unnecessary. Is RCR really out here to protect victims from so-called groomers? Or are they more concerned about their narrative, which requires exposing explicit text messages between minors and exposing them in order to produce a narrative that their way of thinking was in any way, shape, or form influenced by me? Now, I am aware that many people see me as what I'm being accused of. But what I ask all of you to do is look at the evidence and truth, not the emotions, not the propaganda. I trust that when you do, you will see that I have been misrepresented and falsely accused entirely. I am not some evil monster. I am a stable, functioning member of human society. Someone who works a normal job, someone who is involved in my church, and someone who's involved in mainstream politics, not some evil individual out here to do monstrous things to people. I am here to cooperate with the tribunal, and I ask for a fair and careful hearing of the facts.
Okay, excellent. God bless. Now, we're going to move into the prosecution's main case. But before we do so, I'd like to ask that the prosecutors to be sworn in by the chief bailiff. So, Chief Bailiff, you may proceed with this swearing in.
Do you, Michael and Victor, promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Very well.
And then Wotan Spear.
Do you, Wotan Spear, promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Very well.
And finally, Ethel.
He's not in game. But
Oh.
Ethel, do you promise to tell nothing but the truth?
I do.
There's also 338 Ethan. He's an assistant prosecutor as well.
Is he in the stage even?
Yeah, he is.
I told Tony to move him up. Yeah.
I don't see him.
What up?
Right here.
Okay. Mr. 338 Ethan, do you promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
I did.
Very well. Proceed.
Okay. Now that you've been sworn in, you may present your first piece of evidence or witness. Go ahead, take it away. And Mike, you can just you can send it to my DMs, your first piece of evidence or your witness.
Okay. I'm waiting for Ethel. He said hold on.
All right.
I'll send you the image though.
That works fine.
Sorry, my fucking computer's lagging this game, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So just send it to me and then I'll forward it to the tribunal group chat and then we'll review it.
Yeah, I got
and
you.
you can go ahead and when you present it you can argue the case along. So you can go through whatever line you want to.
Yeah. All right, sending. That's the first piece.
All right. I'm gonna forward this. Give me 1 second. Okay, go ahead and explain this piece of evidence. And actually, let me so that the go ahead and send me your friend request. And I'm gonna make a evidence group chat so everyone can view it properly.
All right, I do.
Give me like 30 seconds real quick. Put this together. All right, the first piece of evidence I would like to bring up is in regards to the Freya situation. So, in a private DM with an individual named Multidar, he had asked Aleczaender, "How's Freya trustable?" Aleczander responded, "Because I fucking own her, retard." So, Alec, I guess, would you like to,
Hold on,
explain?
let me post the piece of evidence that he's referring to into the court evidence. Make sure to post it all into the court evidence group chat, and I'll also post it to the public. So if you check within the chat of the stage, you can see the evidence being posted.
Just make a new channel for it. Otherwise, it's going to get buried.
Alright.
I mean, the chat's muted with permissions, so I don't think it'll get really buried.
Oh yeah, as long as it's
muted,
clear.
it's fine. I think it'll be fine there, but
We can type in court evidence, bro.
I already changed the perms. Hold on, let me purge this. Alright, there we go. So this is the first piece of evidence that Mike's presenting, and then
Where's this being posted?
also,
Wait, don't send the next one yet. Don't send the next one yet. Hold up, I got one before that. This is the one I want to send.
Actually, Mike, send one piece of send whatever is like collectively together, because you're gonna present different pieces of evidence.
Okay.
So go ahead and start with the first image I just.
My computer's lagging so fucking bad right now.
So you can go ahead and discuss the first piece of evidence.
Can I also have access to this court evidence channel so that I can send counter evidence?
It's a GC. You're in the GC.
Yeah, just send it to me and I'll post it there. But
I'm gonna
if
wait
you
for
want
them,
to, if you want to question Aleczander, Mike or Aethel, you're going to need a.
I think Aethel just asked Alec a question.
Okay,
you
Alec,
have
go
to
ahead
call
and,
him to the stand.
yeah, come to the stand and then you'll be sworn in.
Okay.
So bailiff, go ahead, take it away.
Okay, look. Do you, Aleczander, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Very well.
Perfect. Aethel,
And with my defense, am I allowed to post counter evidence that you will post in correlation with what I'm about to say, or will that be after?
That'll be there's gonna be rebuttal, so there's gonna be times for rebuttals for both, and then you can post your counter evidence then, and you can argue.
So not right now, but after the rebuttal.
No, not after. After they present their case, you can rebuttal.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you this in the court evidence, and you're gonna post it. Okay, thank you. So, again, as I stated in my opening, a lot of these screenshots are going to look out of context. What the context is, I want to say, first of all, that Malta himself did not consent to this chat log being leaked. There is context of chat log that is missing. And the chat log and the missing context is the fact that Malta did not trust Freya. We spent maybe about 20 minutes arguing. To this day, Malta still thinks that Freya is some sort of honeypot, right? That she's some sort of catfish.
Okay.
So me and Malta got into a long
objection. I have an objection.
Aleczander,
I'm explaining the context of the screenshot.
Alexander, do you have a screenshot of the full context? Do you have?
That's what I was about to. I'm calling for. That's why I'm calling for an objection. Is do you have proof that Multidor believes that Freya is a honeypot and that he was not the one to leak those DMs?
Yes,
or did not
I can
wish
post those
that
as well.
those. Okay. Yo.
So
I already posted. Hold on. I already posted that in court evidence of him saying he did not consent to that being leaked. The second thing you asked, do you want proof of him saying she's a honeypot? I'll get that as well. I have that right here.
Okay, so you want me to post both pieces
So then
of evidence?
let me ask you this. So why did Multidar go to Mike with this information here?
He contacted me too.
Well, then,
so if you're telling me, so then you're telling me, okay. So what you're telling me is that he did not want to leak these DMs, but he's going to multiple individuals explaining his situation. So how does that make any sense?
It does make sense. It means he's an unreliable witness. If he's going to you and saying one thing and me saying another, then he is unreliable. He's coming to me and saying he didn't consent. Now, I'd like to explain my context of what the chat log was about. You sent a screenshot, which looks bad. I'd like to explain the context. Can I proceed with the context of what the screenshot was?
Hold
You
on,
go
let me
ahead.
post thing.
Thank you.
I'll post it in
So-
court evidence, and then you
So
can.
I will explain the counter evidence, but first I want to address the screenshot. I'm not going to restart, but what I will say is that Malta was very paranoid that Freya was going to be this weird honeypot and said, don't trust her, don't talk to her. And I told him over and over again, she is trustworthy. You have nothing to worry about. She is this, she is that. And he would not budge. He would not budge no matter what I said. So I got pissed off at him and said, dude, she's literally loyal AF. She's literally a fanatic, whatever. And he still kept going on until eventually I said, okay, I literally own her. I literally own her business, her Freya's franchise. I own the holder account for that. That could clearly be the context for this. So, and like I said, the screenshots prove this. If you look at the screenshots, you will literally say Mike leaked our old GC and adding to his docs, WTF. I did not consider any of that. Mike and Eighth are challenging it that is not true, and they very well can challenge that it's not true.
Objection. I have an objection to that. Okay.
Sure.
So you claim that the context of saying that because I own her in regards to owning Freya's for establishment within Octavium, and then right after that you follow up with saying that she being Freya wants to fly out to the United States and marry an Octavian. So that doesn't really make any sense as far as you claiming the context is regarding owning Freya's, the establishment, not the individual.
Yeah.
So why would you follow up with? Why would you follow up with saying that you want to fly her out?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The objection is sustained. So explain the
Okay.
relevance of the situation, because those don't really correlate.
Well, obviously, they're trying to say that the agenda was to fly her out to marry me. I said marry an Octavian, and Octavian could be anyone. And Freya has always talked about, dating someone in Octavian or whatever down the road. There's people that live in England that she's talking about meeting up with and whatnot. It doesn't have to mean specifically me. And if you want me to go more in depth, I can, because there are people that are involved in this trial that are involved in that. But we've always said in our group that there are people that are going to get married. An example was someone named Jen Gilliam. He married, or didn't marry her, but he's dating her. He's dating a girl, I'm not going to release her name or anything, who was in Octavium. And now they're dating. They're both 18 or they're both adults, whatever. And so it's like, it's kind of the same thing with other people in our community, where it's like if they're becoming of age and there's someone around the same age that they want to date and it's a realistic chance of happening, then of course I'm all for it. It's happened before and it will probably keep happening in the future. Again, this is an out of context screenshot. If we're going to say that I'm grooming her, I think it's fair to say it should be a concrete evidence. This is a group chat with multiple people in it. If I'm going to come out here and say this,
Alec,
hold
objection
on,
real
I
quick.
let you speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I let you
What's your
speak.
What's your
No, I
objection?
do an objection. I'm gonna
What is it? What's the objection?
I have a piece of evidence I'd like to post for you guys to review. In regards to him saying,
But what's the okay, objection overruled. Continue, Alexander.
Thank you.
You need
So
you need to say the purpose of the objection.
Yeah, we need to do this one at a time. We keep interrupting my story, and I'm not being able to get my full story out because I'm getting interrupted here. So, as I was saying, I completely lost track of where I was going with this. This group chat was a public group chat with multiple people in it. Do you seriously think that I'm going to make allusions to dating her and grooming her in a group chat full of multiple people, including Multidar, who, let me remind the audience, is someone who is not, or at that point in time, was not a big fan of me. The context behind saying that was to calm him down because he did not trust Freya. And I was saying whatever I could to ease his mind. And that was the context of why I said that. Was it exaggerative? Was it something that you could say was inappropriate? Sure, you could say that.
Can I ask a question, Alexander?
Sure.
You said previously, I mean, it must have been you or Malfadar who had sent that screenshot, because of the highlight, we can tell that Malfadar sent it.
Right.
But you then said it was a group chat, but previously it had been spoken about as though it is DMs. Could you clarify which it is?
I am pretty sure that it was a group chat, and that's what Multidor called me. I mean, this is a group chat or conversation that happened a while ago. We're talking like probably back in 2024, if I'm not mistaken, and you can tell because it's my old profile picture. So I'm not in this group chat. I don't remember that much about it. What I do remember is the argument with Multidor. and that's what I remember about this particular screenshot. This is an old screenshot from when Patrick was originally cooking up a video on me, which he obviously canceled because he thought it was exaggerative. But that's where this all originally came from.
So I have a question. Is that for
Sure.
clarification? So you speak on Malthadar a lot, but it seems like I'm not really sure what he's saying because you said he posted some evidence against you and then he was for you. Can you clear that up for a second? I'm a little
Yes.
confused.
What I am saying is that Multidar is an unreliable witness. He's going to the prosecution and saying one thing, and then coming to me and saying another. Therefore, anything this guy is
I have an
saying
objection.
is
Hearsay.
unreliable.
Okay, objection
It's not
hearsay.
hearsay.
So do you have?
Do you have
Yeah, it
any
is
do you have
hearsay.
any
You're
do you
not
have any
going off of
evidence?
firsthand. Hold on, you're not going off firsthand knowledge. So do you have any like actual proof that you can send to the tribunal proving what you're saying right now?
I've already sent my evidence. So
Well,
if you
can
look at
The
the
out of context screenshots is your evidence.
I have
out
a
of
question.
context,
Can you highlight the evidence? Can you ping me and then we
yeah.
can go over. Okay, this is the one. Thus,
Yes.
leaked our GC and out me in his docs. I did not consent to any of that.
That's him referring to the screenshot and the
him
GC.
referring to the screenshot. But can
Yes.
you like give us a full screenshot of that conversation? Because
You
that
want
could
a
be
full
referring to
screenshot?
it could be referring to virtually anything. I did not consent to what, right?
Yeah. Objection is sustained. Can you provide the full screenshot?
Yes.
In context.
I'm providing it.
Thank you.
So he randomly DM'd me. Hold on a second. Let me post the screenshots before I explain this. So before he sent that, there was no chat log because he randomly DM'd me. I think this was the day that, or maybe a day after the document got. No, sorry, it was 2 days after the document got released. And he came to me saying that Mike leaked our old GC at me in his doc. And then the screenshots that I posted provide the context above and below that screenshot. But he also went further and doubled down and said, it's your old account in that GC. I destroyed it. Why are they mad at you? I was on my way to the gym when a bunch of caddies DM me about your video. Anyway, if it gives you a problem, I can make a statement. Just let me know. Hail Jesus.
Okay.
And then I'll also reread the original screenshot because people are saying it's out of context. And I think the context is very clear. Malta says, thus, soft N-word, Muke, Mike leaked our old GC and added me in his docs. WTF, skull clown emoji. I did not consent to any of that. And then I responded, it is what it is. What other GC was leaked? If there is missing context, it wouldn't be my responsibility because I provided the context. What other GC is referring to? As far as I'm concerned, there's only one screenshot that Multidar has ever leaked in regards to me, and is the one where I claim to have owned Freya. If there is another GC that was leaked, you would have a valid point. But there is no other GC, therefore there's not need to be more context to what is being supplied here. Multidar came to me and said that you guys leaked it without his consent. He literally says, I did not consent to any of that. What else would he be referring to? There is something else to be referring to. There is no other evidence he's supposedly provided to you guys. Here's your context.
Do you have any other questions, defense?
14 days earlier, he literally gave me the evidence saying, let me go on PC, I'll send you everything. This should be everything you need. I can even screen record it and stream for you.
Well,
Okay.
actually, we may be able to bring up Malthadar right now and we can clarify this.
Well, Alec had stated that he's an unreliable witness. Alec, do you still think that he's unreliable? What do you know?
Well, obviously, if he's saying one thing to you, one thing to me, he's unreliable, but I think getting his take on this could help to clear up context. So it's really up to you guys. What does the tribunal think?
I have a
I mean,
question.
if we
about,
can clarify
Malthadar.
what's going on
Let's
here.
bring him up. Let's bring him up and see
Yeah.
if he can give proof that it
I
was.
just have
it was
I have a
group
question.
chat,
I have a
because-
question about
All
it.
right, you can go ahead and sit down, Alexander, and then
Thank you.
we'll swear
Okay.
in. We'll swear in Malthadar here. Let me just get him in. I don't think he's in the stage, but I can actually get him. Yeah, we'll get him in the stage and then.
Before we move forward, can Lourdes ask his question?
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
Lourdes. You can ask your question.
Okay, so I'm just wondering, what's the? I don't think it like. Do you think is it really relevant whether or
Oh,
not
he's
he
muted.
consented?
Here we go.
What?
Try now.
You trolling me? Okay, bro, listen. Is it relevant whether or not Malta gave his consent about the document being released, or not the document, the screenshot? I mean, I'm just wondering why we're submitting
Yes,
that. I mean,
on the
okay.
grounds that there's missing context, because
I mean,
obviously,
I think the screenshot had already been leaked before, but
yeah,
regardless, still get him up here.
yeah, just get him up here and let's put this to rest.
What exactly is he adding to the? You answered Lourdes's question, but it still isn't
He
clear.
said he's at Maltathador said he's at a beach club. A DJ is playing a set in 15 minutes, and then he said, "Tell him, waiting for him to type." I'll send a screenshot of the full thing. He said he can make a statement tonight, but he can't right now.
Okay, then we don't need to worry about him.
He said, "I do have additional
Why
evidence."
would we need him to
He said he's
testify
too
then?
drunk right now.
It's
He
Alex.
said
It's
he
Alex's
said he's too
words. It's
drunk.
not.
Okay, then hold on. Then we'll
Not
just
his
move on.
words.
We'll move on to the next piece of evidence. If he's not going to come up as a witness, then it's no sense in dragging this along. So let's move on.
He actually wait something just I just noticed something. So the day
Alexander just-
of when he was DMing Alexander, he DM'd me. Multathador DM'd me saying, "Why did Alec DM me?" And then I said yesterday, because I just got back yesterday after not being on for a week. I said, I said I don't know, and then I'll just send the whole thing.
All right. Prosecution, you can present your next piece of evidence / witness.
Stand by. Just one.
Can we post that in the channel, by the way? It was just sent.
Yeah, I'm gonna send.
Yeah, it's already put up here. Our next piece is already put up here.
We have some different pieces of evidence. So whenever you're ready, just tell me.
Yeah, I pinged you for the next two screenshots after the Multathador one. It's more so going to be an example of, I don't know, Aether, you can describe however you want, but...
You saying the two screenshots regarding Maltadar specifically?
No, there's only one screenshot regarding Multathador. The other two are a conversation between Alec and Freya.
Send those two regarding Freya to my DMs then, because I'm looking at this one for Mathal. Whatever the fuck.
So is your piece of evidence still addressing Freya right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, sent it.
I just want to let you know you're 30 minutes within your time, so you still have 2 hours.
Okay. Sweet. All right. I'll present this for you guys to review, and then once you're done reviewing it, we'll get into it.
Let me post this in the. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to ask the court that I will be having to leave here in a little bit. If I may have someone else represent the ruler guard prosecution team, specifically sorry, let me get his name. I'm probably gonna butcher this username really bad. Leonid Kunetsov. I don't know how you say that. but is there any way the
Ooh.
court would allow that?
Yeah, can you send me his username?
Yeah,
Through
I can
net?
send you his username. I just cannot pronounce it for the life of me.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell that. But Alexander, you actually Aethel, are you gonna call Alexander back up for questioning?
Yeah, I plan to in a moment here.
Alright, so Alexander, you can go ahead and just stand up to the stand.
Yeah.
All right, we're not going to be
Tony.
using those two screenshots anymore because we're kind of in a time crunch right now and they're not too important at the moment. So I'm gonna. It's
Tony,
still
can you
regarding the
repeat
Freya
the
situation,
question?
but we're gonna be focusing on these two, I guess.
I could speak to the first one real quick, and then I'll periodically add some more as I'm
Okay.
speaking.
I'll
So,
post these two.
all right.
Go ahead.
Tony the Pro, could you
So
please
in
request?
in a direct message between Alexander and Freya, he had stated, "Yeah." So this is from Alexander. "Yeah, you aren't because you haven't been jaded by relationships. The more innocent and inexperienced a girl is, the more unlikely they are to be toxic and manipulative." Okay, and then he's saying this to I believe Freya was. I'm looking at the date of the screenshot. I believe she would have been 17 at this time, either 16 or
She's
17.
she's 16. We confirmed that already.
16. Okay, so
Yeah.
confirm 16.
Objection, lack of foundation.
Lack of foundation.
Yes,
Lack of
she
what?
said. We said it's proven that she's 16. What proof is there?
All right, hold up. Give me 1 minute.
And then, in addition to that screenshot, I'll give further context in this next one. You guys want to review?
Okay.
Is that all?
No, it is not.
Yeah.
So in this next screenshot, following up what Alec had stated about the younger a girl is, the more inexperienced and innocent she will be. Alec, in what appears to be a group chat, states to Freya, "You're going to marry a rich white Christian guy and have a bunch of kids and be a nice housewife." So,
And this is you posted this. Let me see. Oh yeah, here it is. And what's the where is this information from? Like how do you get this information?
I was
From a group
sourced
chat.
from a group chat with, sourced from. I'm not entirely sure which group chat exactly.
The Axtane
It
Island.
looks like an
The
Octavian.
deleted user, for context, deleted user is
It's
Freya.
Freya. It's Freya.
Pardon, what was the group chat called?
Oh, we're not in it. Someone sent us a bunch of screenshots from the group chat.
Alex said the name of it. What was the name of the group chat? I didn't hear.
Like Xavier's something island or whatever. It's one of his group
I
chats.
think it was Lax. Yeah.
Xavier's Island, you said?
No, Laxstein's Island. That's what it
Aleczaender,
was.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think
Is
that's what
that
it
a
was.
reference to anything?
Hey, let me post this evidence.
In addition to those last screenshots, I'll state this one as well. Private DM between Alec and Freya in regards to Freya or Alec giving Freya his Apple Pay or one of his debit card information, stating from Alexander, "I'd say use my card, but I don't want to pay consistently for your nitro." From Freya, "What if I cancel it after the 2 weeks?" From Alexander, "Yeah, but you'd have to remember. Do you have my card info?" From Freya, "I have it saved in my Apple Pay." From Alexander, "Okay, good."
Oh,
And
you
then
want to go? You can go.
Alexander further states that it is a credit. Okay, not a debit card. It is a credit card that he had given Freya to pay for her nitro.
Yeah, the biggest thing with that one is why would a 22 like gifted nitro to someone is one thing, right? I think all of us have either gifted nitro or been gifted nitro, but giving someone your credit card details, credit or debit, regardless, so they can buy nitro bi-monthly, that's pretty crazy. I don't think anyone here has done that shit.
I
That's
just
just
want to
what I think.
say, when do I respond? Because it sounds like we're just going to say a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff, and then I have to respond
Um,
to like 20 allegations at once, which isn't.
You can
Can we
respond
start?
to
Can we start from the beginning and
the
work from
first.
there?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So let's
So
start with the first one. Okay. So we're starting with the one where it says this guy is your friend, right?
No, we're starting with after 338 Ethan said something, the first screenshot
So
Ethel
those,
sent where
so not
where he
those
said,
two,
and no,
but the
we're disregarding those
after.
because
Okay.
we're
You aren't jaded by
yeah.
relationships in that one, right? Okay.
Yeah, down.
So again, a lot of this just seems to be something that's out of context. The allegations that she's being groomed for marriage. Okay, you can go ahead and say that, but that doesn't mean that I am. Just because I'm encouraging her to get married, you got to understand. I'm someone who's involved in my church. I'm involved in the GOP, and at these conservative conferences, people like Charlie Kirk. Not that I like Charlie Kirk, but they say this stuff all the time. When you're young, get married while you're young. I just saw a TikTok where Charlie Kirk said that if you're 30 years old, there's a 50% chance you'll never get married, and so on and so forth. And so within the Catholic Church, within politics, it's very common to encourage young people to get married. That doesn't mean I'm saying get married now while she's 17 or whatever. That's just saying down the road, it's good to remain celibate. It's good to save yourself until marriage. It is a Christian teaching to say that. To say that it's for an ulterior, hold on. To say it's for an ulterior goal or whatever is speculation. And again, I don't think we should be laying down allegations based on speculation.
Objection, relevance.
Overruled because he's connecting that
Yeah.
with why he's But I've
objection, improper lay opinion. He is not a learned man on faith or anything.
Wait, what? I am not a man
not
of faith.
a priest.
Objection, I'm not a. I don't have to be a priest. Do you know what a youth pastor is? No, you don't. I'm in charge of a young adults group, and I also have mentored a youth group in the past. So no, that's not true. And I've also was a youth chair, which pertains to the youth. So that's totally incorrect. You don't have to be a priest.
I have a question.
Tony,
I have
can
a
we regain
question.
order?
Yeah, bring some order to the court. I would like to ask a question tying in back to what you said earlier. You said that you don't want her to, you're not grooming her, you don't want her to marry a certain person, but the evidence that was presented says she's gonna marry a rich white guy or she's gonna marry an Octavian. How does that tie in?
I'm addressing each evidence piece by piece. When we get to that evidence, I'll respond to that. But we're doing is addressing each thing piece by piece, right? I'm not going to address all 20 in one sentence at one screenshot. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So let me address this screenshot first, which I'm trying to do right now. I don't want this to take up like 2 hours. There's other things I want to address besides just this. So let's try to just get through it and then move on. So, but yeah, I mean, what I said is true. And I think encouraging women, men to be celibate is a good thing. It's not just young women that are being advised this, but it's also young men. We want to build a healthy environment. I mean, what's the alternative? I tell her to go and have sex and have drugs and do a party it up. I mean, that's the alternative. I think that encouraging them to do the opposite of that is something that is moral and holy and right. It doesn't have to be something that's weird, and it isn't from where I'm from. Maybe in an atheistic community, maybe in a community that isn't Christian, it's a difference. It's indifference. But where I come from, I want to encourage young men and women to save themselves and to devote themselves to God and not be promiscuous and sinful. I'm now going to address the second screenshot about the card. So, first of all, it wasn't a debit or credit, it was a gift card. And we weren't sure if gift cards are credit or debit. I did some research, depends on where you go, whatever else. But what I did was a long time ago, before the Nitro thing, Freya went to school for lunch. And what she told me was that she didn't have any lunch money and that her parents, she couldn't call her parents, and da 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 da. And it was this really big deal. And she was begging me to give her money. I'm like, well, can I do PayPal? Can I do then I'm like, what? She's like, no, it's a school. I have to do like a, give them a card number. I'm like, can you tell them a card? Like, can you tell them the digits on the card? And then she said, yeah, they can do that or whatever. Or they can do it, you can do it virtually for Apple Pay. And I'm like, okay. So I went online and I got her a $50 Visa gift card and said, whenever you need to use it for your lunch or whatever, then you can. And at a later date, obviously Freya wanted to use this card for her nitro. And my concern was that if she did this, that she was going to spend it all on nitro over the course of a couple months. And if she needed the card for lunch money or whatever it was, so she's not starving at school, then she could use it. It was a nice gesture that I wanted to do because she was very upset about it. And I figured that it'd be nice. And nowhere in my mind, I think it was weird or over the top, especially because, hold on, I'm almost done. All right, go ahead.
I don't mean to interrupt, but do you have evidence to substantiate these claims? Because I don't see any of the screenshots showing that you gave this for like lunch money or you gave this. I see the nitro part, but do you have any evidence that shows you giving it to her for lunch?
Well, unfortunately, it was on a different account, and both her and so it would be hard to go and obtain screenshots that I don't have access to. As someone mentioned earlier, one of her accounts is deleted or something. So
would Freya be able to testify this?
Yes. Well, that's up to her. I don't know if she would, but you can ask her yourself when she comes up.
Okay. That'll be addressed later then.
It was on your account though, because it has the same profile picture they have right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying her account would have been deleted. I don't know when this happened. So, and I've looked and it's not in our chat log. So I wouldn't be able to prove something where there's no chat log for. So, where was I?
I'm pretty sure you can still pull it up on your phone, or like if you have the Discord app.
No, I don't.
You can search one of the messages.
As you know, I was hardware banned from Discord, and I cannot use Discord on my phone, which is why I use the web version and not the mobile version. Okay, so I lost track again. Yeah, I thought it was a nice gesture.
I'd like to move on to some other piece of evidence now.
Yeah, I like to move on too. It's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the next one, which is what Tony brought up earlier. Guys, Alec called me Q. No context, by the way. Dino says
that was what we had. So that's not what we had. That's not the reason why the screenshot had been posted.
I know. I'm getting to it.
Go ahead.
So people want to address is you're gonna marry a rich white Christian guy and just have a bunch of kids and be a nice housewife. And for the record, that's what Freya has always said. When people ask her about those topics, that's what she has always said. And if you look at the context, she's saying, guys, Alec called me cute or whatever, because she's insinuating, he's like, oh, no, I want him to get with me. I want him to be with me. My response to that was, you're going to marry some rich white Christian guy and go be a nice housewife, whatever, with them. That was my response to her trying to do some weird, the flirting.
Even though you state that Freya is obsessed with you.
She was obsessed with me at one point. As of recently, I don't think she is. We've been relatively distant in the last several months. So, so I wouldn't know. Maybe if she is, I wouldn't know.
But at the very least, would you say that's appropriate as a 22-year-old to be, I guess, enabling this behavior?
Enabling that she's going to get married to a Christian man later in life.
The fact that you state that she is, said all these things and acted in a certain way as a 16-year-old towards you who's 22.
17-year-old.
You can, no, she's 16, and I'm going to get to that later. No, she's 16 years old.
Gentlemen,
Stop.
order in the court. We'll have Freya come up and she'll clarify her age. That's as simple as it is. There's no point in bickering.
Okay.
Continue, Mike.
So, okay. Wait. I'm addressing the evidence here.
Okay.
Yeah, Alex was addressing it.
Go ahead. Sure.
Okay. But that's all I'm doing. And if you want to speculate that this is me grooming her for some marriage with me down the road, that's a speculation at the end of the day, and that's all I'm going to say. The next screenshot says, "What do you think there's condoms for people with less than army kids?" Doesn't mean it's going to have army kids with her. It's just suggesting she has lots of kids. She has lots of kids. So what that screenshot is basically alleging is saying that I'm defending Colt. What he did wasn't wrong, and this is something I want to talk about for a while about Colt. For the record, Colt has been retired. He's been retired for a while, and I have conversations with Colt that kind of prove exactly what went on. When people came to me and said that Colt was a pedophile, the reason why I would say no, he isn't, is not because I was trying to defend him to keep him in the group, but because he didn't do anything that exhibited that sort of behavior. The behavior that Colt exhibited was weird, it was strange, and it was something that someone of his age shouldn't be saying to women who are younger. And there's debate whether she was 15 or 16. At the end of the day, what he did was really bad optics, and it looks bad, regardless of what the intent was. As far as I know, to this day, there has been no proof that he tried to solicit nudes or sex from this girl who lives in the same city as him. And I said, okay, well, unless that happened, I don't think he's a pedo. I just think he's really weird, and what he did was extremely stupid. And for that, we moved his retirement from August to late June, which is indicated in the screenshots that I provided, which I will read out. The first screenshot is about Mike. When this situation happened, Mike came to me about this, and we talked about it. I'll go ahead and post that in the evidence channel, but I'm going to read it out. Mike, actually, I'll start with me. Aleczander, I spoke to the girl for 2 hours, and she was totally into him, and she was mostly mad that he left her. Mike, so she's just reporting him out of retaliation. Aleczander, correct. Well, a mix of two reasons. Not so much retaliation, but she kind of just wants her friends to talk to him about it. Mike says, right. Aleczander says, like she said, she isn't interested in legal trouble or exposing him to the public as a pedophile. She just said that she thinks he should be evaluated, but she said she doesn't think this intention was to solicit her for sex. Mike responds, I'd be real, bro. I'd be more willing to call Patrick a groomer than Colt. Because the difference is Patrick actually has e-sex with females, and he has even made a club to do so. That's the first one.
Aleczander, I've got a question.
Can I make a rebuttal?
Can I quickly just ask well, it's just about there's something that says let's have an army of kids, and let's is a contraction
he
of
said,
let's,
he said a lot of weird
which
stuff.
would usually imply that the speaker and the person being spoken to will do something together. I'm not saying that's how Colt meant it, but I think you can probably see that's if we're going definitionally, then it indicates joint action, or at least that's what's going to be assumed when someone reads it.
I do agree that it looked weird, and it looked like it could have went in that direction, but we don't know for certain. He could have totally meant it a different way, but we don't know that for certain, which is why I've always said that Colt is weird for it, and he's out of the group, but I'm not going to call him a pedophile. When War Commander came to me and wanted Colt banned, he wanted an announcement drafted up. He wanted this big parade for death of Colt and Bro Moment, and I said, we're not going to do that. Bro Moment is going to go away quietly. He's not even an active member of the group. He doesn't even have a computer. He did for a few weeks, and then it wasn't even his computer. It was someone else's that he was borrowing. And then Colt was retiring anyway. So it was like, let's just get rid of them and move on, because, I mean, you're right. If it was something that was clear-cut and dry, he asked her for nudes. He asked her for sex. He wanted to do sexual things with her. I would have been, then it would have been clear-cut and dry, ban this guy, remove him. But it wasn't. It was very, dark gray. It was very like, this looks really bad, and for that, I'm going to remove him. But it's not enough to hate this guy. And this is a guy who's involved in politics. He is friends with a lot of people IRL. This is a guy who was on the Trump campaign. If we're going to start call this guy a pedophile, then we need to report him to the police. We need him fired from his job. We need to ruin his life, because if he's an actual pedo, none of these people should be hanging out with him. And a lot of his IRL friends, like people IRL, who have seen this, because this girl went and told his IRL friends about it too, have kind of maintained the same take, that it's weird, but it's not enough to say that this guy is an evil pedo. And that, I think, is a very fair take. Again, that's not me saying he should never be removed. Go ahead.
So, just to cover on when you said that she didn't want to expose him, I posted a screenshot in the court evidence GC after your screenshots. This is her original testimony to me. She wrote another one, but this is the original message that she sent me. Let me just read it word for word. I had met Colt when I was 14 years old. He is currently 22. I had just turned 15 last month. If we were being serious, I met him on Roblox. parentheses, not kidding, to which he had me add him on Discord and pursued a relationship with me after I turned 15, despite me never agreeing to such a thing when he first demanded we were together. Craziest part is that we're both in Arizona and have likely been in the same places before. The messages I have of what he has said is absolutely vile, and there are quite literally pages and pages of it. To my count, there's around 40 images, which we have in the document. Anyways, I'm putting a lot of trust into you. Even telling this to you, I'm extremely nervous about even speaking about it. I did not wish or want to file a police report at all, nor do I want any departments or Kenzie any involved for many various factors. Neither do I want to file a restraining order. I don't even think I have enough information on him to do such a thing, considering I don't know his last name nor where he even lives besides the general area he told me at the moment. The reason I am telling this to you is because I want the people he knows and that are around him or associate with him, whether it's IRL or online, to know what kind of person he is and what he did. And then, so that's what Madeline said, the girl that Colt spoke to, the 15-year-old. And then the second screenshot is in regards to my conversation with Alec, which he posted it in the Court Evidence GC. He said, I said, I don't know, considering his age and her age, I think he was being really weird. And Alexander said, yeah, but actually, let me get the full thing so you can see the images that Alexander replied to. Hold on, I'm trying to screenshot it. My fucking computer's lagging so hard from this game.
That's fine.
Listen, Court Evidence GC will speak on this after Mike is done with his rebuttal.
All right, anyways, I got the screenshot. So I said, I don't know, considering his age and her age, I think he was being really weird. Then Alexander replied to the images I sent where it was just 3 images where he was saying, let's have an army of kids. How many kids do you want? And the Colt said like 7. I don't have the screenshots pulled up. I'm just looking at the screenshot of mine and Alec DMs. But
what do you mean like 7? If you're gonna, one thing I will say, if you're gonna
that's what Colt said to her. Let me send the actual screenshots of
yeah,
that shit.
because I'm gonna need the actual evidence. I will like to say, Alexander, I have a question.
Yeah, can I also finish addressing my evidence I presented when you're done?
Yeah, hold on. I'll get to it. I'm almost done. I'm just sending these images.
When you go tell Arion Freya is Octavian property. I remember you said there's a distinction between Freya and the actual business, but it doesn't look like that's the context of it's like
I mean, you could say that the joke is like women are our property, whatever. In my statement, I said that the context could mean that I own the Freya's group.
Hold on. Objection. The context could mean that, but you're the one who would sent the message, so you would know the context.
What
do you mean?
What is the
objection? Ambiguous statements. Like you're gonna have to say, like, did you like
the objection? Objection is sustained, but explain.
Hold on. Yeah, can I explain the context?
Hey, let him talk. Let Alec talk real quick.
When I said this stuff to Malta, as I explained, it was to express an exaggeration to leave her alone, that she's loyal, she's good, you know. And I've already said that these are exaggerative statements that I don't mean. You know, they were statements I made kind of in jest a while ago. But it is true that I own the Freya's franchise group. And so I do literally own her and her group in that sense. And that also could mean a joke. You could say it's ambiguous. You could say that it has multiple meanings, which doesn't make any sense. But there are multiple contexts to this. The whole time, what I've been saying in this whole court is that there is nothing, it's all out of context and theories to what people think is actually going on, right? And I mean, there's more screenshots. Like I said, like, oh yeah, time me back to the kitchen. You know, a lot of this stuff is just jokes about, oh yeah, you're a woman, whatever. You go do your woman things. You know, you're property of Octavium, whatever. You could say that. But
what
there,
did
hold
you
on,
intend?
I'm almost done.
What did you wait? What did you intend? That's not what we're asking. What did you intend when you sent that message? What was the intention or the context of what you said, not what people think?
I just told you what it could mean. And you're starting
No,
to
no, no,
remember
no,
the
no, no.
exact. If you
I
want
don't
an
want to. I
exact
don't want to
answer,
know.
Tony,
I don't want to know what it could mean. I want to know what it means, not what it could. What it means when you sent it. What did you mean by that? Not what it could mean.
so like I keep on saying, this is stuff that's happened months ago. One of the screenshots is as old as October or November. I think November, right? I don't remember the exact context as to why that particular joke or statement came to my mind. What I can say though is that the context definitely did not mean that it was a reference that I'm grooming her for marriage, which is what the prosecution is saying. And that is my defense. There is no other context. I'm telling you the multiple meanings that it could have to my knowledge from what I remember. When I said that to Arian, think that my intent was to say, hey, Freya is mine and I'm going to groom her. Therefore, don't touch her. You think that that's really what I meant? That's not what I meant by that. It looks bad. Sure, I'll admit it looks bad. And going forward, I'm going to be careful what I say. But a lot of these things, the intent was a joke. The intent was, yeah, she's loyal. She's one of ours. She's Octavian's property. I own her group. Okay, leave her alone. That was usually the context. Notice that when I said these things, it was the people like Arian and Multidar. There's a consistency there, right? So understand that I'm saying this stuff to give them the idea that I'm protecting her. Stay away from her, okay? Don't worry about her. Don't go after her. She's part of Octavium. She's Octavium's property. If you want to think that it means something way sinister, then you can very well do that. But I'm telling you, to honest truth, that is what went through my mind, and that's what happened. Now,
I have an objection. He's misstating the facts. So the screenshot in regards to go tell Aryan Freya's Octavian property, I'm pretty sure that was still in the GC because if he was speaking to Arian about that, why would he say go tell Arian? He would say Freya's Octavian property in Arian's DMs. He wouldn't have said go tell Arian.
Yeah, who?
Not to mention, he also said this was in October and November, but this was in March.
Mike.
No, one of the
context
screenshots was in November. The one with Malta was in November. The one with
Oh
Arian
yeah,
is
the one in Malta.
March.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I meant by that.
What?
Yeah.
Where was that taken from?
I'm not-
Was it from a group chat?
That was taken in Laxstein's island. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure all these screenshots are not all of them, but I don't know, the ones around this time. I could probably point them out. I have someone send me them.
Just for clarification, whenever you're presenting your evidence, please state where you got it from, so the court can.
All right. All right.
Okay. So
yeah, I'm
I'd like
pretty
to
sure
continue
that
addressing.
message was in Laxstein's island.
So I'd like to continue addressing because I didn't even get halfway through my own counter evidence to what the point I was trying to make about Mike. If I can proceed with that, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in the second screenshot, and I'll repost it in case you didn't post it already, so the audience can follow along. I said Colt is going to retire, and then Hughes is going to move into the imperial residence with his cat, and I'm going to wake up this house being. Point of that is that it was planned for Colt to eventually retire. The point was not to protect him. The point was to eventually get rid of him. Another screenshot taken on 5/30/25. I'll repost this screenshot in regards to Colt. I was just effing with her the whole time. I say, doesn't matter. We're going to have to call and make this retirement happen a lot earlier than I wanted to. Colt says, right, now I have it planned for July. And I say, if it doesn't have to be now. But I spoke with Mike and a few others, and they agree with me that the chat log is too tame to say we need to outright ban you, but it's weird enough to where I'm uncomfortable with you being Imperator. So that should address the stuff with. Actually, there's one more screenshot I want to post in regards to Colt and the Colt situation. 5/29/25, 11:08 p.m. She said she was really upset when you left her. Colt said, left, quotation marks. And I said, yeah. And she said, you guys dated. But I told her the chat look is super tame. And Colt says, I was never with her or thought about getting with her. Lol, lol. And I said, I mean, yeah, jokes here and there, but this shit looks kind of bad, Colt. Like, I know you got dry and ghosted her, but I have to have a sit down about this. I don't think you're a weird pedophile, but your optics went out the window, and I might have to do more than just give you a stern talk. Colt says, I did not date her. I wanted to. My intentions were clear. I was just being nice. I left her on read for like a week, and she kept spamming me. So obviously behind the scenes, there was an intent to get rid of Colt and condemn his behavior. But obviously, the boundary is that he's not a full-blown stone cold pedo. He just was super weird with what he said. And that's my response to the Colt situation. Let me go back up because I know the guys posted a lot of screenshots to have to get through.
Just real quick, can I just? I'm not. It's not going to be a whole point or anything. I just want to set the record straight real quick.
Sure.
So, in regards to the Cole situation, I've never called him a pedophile on the document. You can check it. It's never accused him of pedophilia. Not to mention the age isn't even the right like pedophilia. There's a bunch of different philias, right? And pedophilia is referring to prepubescent children. So meaning like before adolescence. So it wouldn't even be psychologically nor legally counted as pedophilia. So I don't know why everyone keeps saying that we're calling it pedophiles or whatever. Because first of all, we've never called Alexander a pedophile. We've never called Colt a pedophile.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification. I appreciate that.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Like, just since you guys are you're almost an hour in your time, are you gonna have any more witnesses come up, or is it just gonna be Alexander as your main person you're examining?
Yeah, actually, I have one more witness, but it's in regards to the CNRA situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Well,
yeah.
I'd like to defend my point and call up my witnesses in regards to this as well. So
when we get
I want
to
to
that
get through
point.
this. My concern is that I'm going to be bombarded with so much of this, I won't be able to defend every piece. I know you guys want to object. Well, just let me give my take and move forward because we're going to be here for hours if we go back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the trial
So
should be thorough.
the next thing is a chat log in public chat, which is in regards to the Colt situation. I kind of already addressed that, and I want to give the prosecution time to address the NRA stuff, so I'm not going to go into that, but I basically reaffirm what I've already said. They say that they sent me a video. What is this? Let me listen to this video real quick. It's 20 seconds long left.
I think it's the one in regards to Freya's age. Her real age. Hold on, my Discord is like crashed right now.
Mike, you could just leave the game if you have to, bro.
Alright.
That's why I'm not in.
Okay. So that recording, it's like, do we know when this was taken? Do we know what I'm referring to? Am I referring to a year ago?
Yeah, this was taken July 27th. The video.
July 27th of 2024.
2025. No, I said June. I said June 27th. No, June.
27th.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me listen to this real quick again.
Yeah, June 27, 2025. And it took place in the AF25 VC, which is Patrick's server.
I would also like to briefly come up here and just mention real quickly, pertaining to the CNRA thing, if you have any witnesses, you should probably let it because I think they're banned.
Yeah,
so you should probably make sure
Malleable
that
is banned right now.
Okay, then he needs to
So
be
just
unbanned.
DM me their IDs, I will unban them from the game.
Not from the game.
No, it's not the game. It's the Discord.
Server, like powering.
Malleable is only going to be unbanned for the duration of this trial.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll unban him. You can
Yeah,
continue.
he said he also if
All right,
Malleable
this is my defense
can't
time.
talk. All right, you can say. Go ahead.
Okay. So in regards to the video, there's missing context. I could be referring to, I'm pretty sure I was referring to a year ago. Okay. I don't think that's me saying, oh yeah, Freya is 16 right now. It's just me saying, oh, they're saying I did this with her and And I was making a joke about the AOC or whatever, but doesn't mean anything. Freya will testify in a bit, clearing this up. But that's the Madeline testimony. That's the Colt situation. Okay, here's a new screenshot, and I'll repost it so that the court can repost what I'm posting so that the audience can see it for themselves too. Alexander, according to my enemies, the day Freya turns 18 in 4 months, she will drop her obsession with me because she no longer can be groomed. Xavier's, is that the same case for me then? Because I think Xavier's is 17 or something. And I respond, well, no, because she's only obsessed with me. And Xavier says, I'm talking about me being in Freya's position as well, because I'll be 18 in November. And I said, I wish you were groomable. Looks like you would slave yourself to Octavian, but nah. Xavier says, I already do. And then I said, the 16, 17-year-old to groom. In regards to Xavier's, which is obviously, again, it's a joke in bad taste, but everyone here, I think, knows that I'm not gay. And if I was gay, it would be a little bit more on the weirder side. But this is another joke like, oh, yeah, you're 17, I'm 22, and you're a guy. And, I shouldn't be talking to you. You're my dev. And it's like, a lot of my proteges have been people that are young. Like Patrick was my right-hand man. He was like 15 or 16. No one cares because he's the same gender as me, right? I'm sure that a lot of leaders here who are in their well over adulthood have had younger proteges, people that are younger that are in their inner circle. If Arbor wants to put a ban on having young people in the inner circle, I mean, they can, but that was the joke. The joke was, yeah, you're a 17-year-old man in my group, and they're saying I could groom you and groom her, whatever. What is this? This tells me I'm gonna get married. Someone's get married. That's the cult situation.
We already went over that.
Yeah. I'm trying to get moved.
I think the next one is after the go tell Aryan Freya's Octavian property. I think.
Yeah.
The
Hope
screenshots,
our
and then
kids get your humor.
yeah,
thing.
and then ignore the screenshots where I was for Colt. That was just for reference. So it's just those two right now.
Again, this is another out of context. You could say she's alluding to me. You could say that she's talking about me. It would be good if there was a full context of what was going on, but I clearly ignored it. I sent a Trump gif or whatever, but I clearly didn't reciprocate. I didn't agree. I didn't entertain that. I just moved on from that comment because I didn't know what she meant by that. But then I have another screenshot where Dino says, one bad day on your period and you're instantly deleting the Discord. And then deleted user, which we can assume is Freya, says, that's only happened twice. Dino responds, that's exactly why Kamala lost the race. Freya says, and I only left Octavian 3 times on my period. And then I say, all right, Freya, very cute. I get back to the kitchen. Time to get serious. Again, another joke. You could say it's in poor taste. How dare I tell this young woman this thing? But that is the culture.
Yeah. So the joke is grooming, right? That's what it is. The joke is grooming because it's been your defense now for the past 10 minutes.
Okay. Making a joke that she should get back to the kitchen is grooming.
No, that's not grooming. It's just in bad taste.
Yeah, I can agree with you that it's in bad taste, but I disagree that it's grooming. I say this all the time with people in the group that are men. I mean, the allegation is that I'm a Christian nationalist, that I have a Christian nationalist community. And I don't know if I call Octavian a Christian nationalist community, but we definitely appeal more to the right, and that includes right-wing humor. Okay? If a woman wants to be whatever she wants to be in her life, that's great. But we are going to make jokes in our inner circle which pertain to that kind of humor because we find that to be funny. Obviously, looking back at it, seeing that a lot of people are very offended and sensitive to it, I'm willing to tone down that humor. But that is just the humor that we have, and it's all lighthearted jokes that she found funny, I would assume. That's more Madeline situation.
I sent the scroll down to the bottom. Scroll down to the bottom of the group chat. I just sent some more.
Yeah. I see. Who's the effort trying to put Frame to the shock? I'm a strong, independent woman. Yeah, no, you aren't. We're going to change that. So Freya got banned from the military back in June because there was a situation where, and it wasn't exactly like 100% her. She was just trying to attend a training and participate. And there were a lot of guys who were like doing their training and they would literally get distracted and start hanging out with her and talking to her. There was a guy in the group known as Mel Carovest, and there were allegations that he was trying to do stuff with her, flirting wise and whatnot.
Do you have any proof to back these claims that, like there were people that were distracted by her actually going out of their way to talk to her?
Well, first of all, when Freya comes to the stand, she could probably vouch for that point.
So, wait, yeah, can she vouch for it or can she not? Because we can't work in indefinite. It needs to be a definite.
Well, I
yes or
don't know.
no.
I'm not in close contact with Freya. I've been advised to maintain my distance, so I don't know what she's
Okay.
gonna say.
Then
So I
I'd
can't give you a
advise
different
you.
answer.
I'd advise you, since you can't tell for sure, to either just go over the point again when she's on, or just don't reference it, because we can't go over stuff we
Yeah,
can't
this is
prove.
hearsay. Yeah, this is hearsay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's not relevant
Well,
and there's no evidence.
well, I can't provide evidence when I had never seen these screenshots in my life. You expect me to go through and prepare evidence for a case that I had no idea existed. I've never seen these screenshots before. If I knew this beforehand, I could have contacted Melkarabas. I could have contacted Freya and gathered all my witnesses to provide a defense. But when I don't have a defense to respond, then all I can go off of is based on my knowledge. Okay? That's what happened. You don't have to believe me, but that's what I am swearing on this testimony is what happened. She wasn't banned the whole time. She was in the military. It went wrong, and she was banned because of it. And we even gave her a second chance back in a few months ago, and I don't know, it just never worked out. So we didn't like her being in the military because it would cause drama, which again didn't have to be her fault. It's just that there was just a lot of issues with it. So I'll leave it at that. Again, this is speculation. If they're saying this is hearsay, well, what you're saying is speculation. Operator says Freya is scary. Freya says I'm not, and I said F you guys. Freya then says please. Xavier's does sad face. Freya says please, can I stay over? And I said Freya's the real predator here, as a joke. Freya then says I'll take a tent and sleep in the garden. Please, please, please. Xavier says garden gnome. Freya says you're the size of one. And then I respond, if parents approve, yes. And I'm assuming the context is, I think that
the context is Freya. Basically, it's Freya asking if she can stay over, and then you respond to that.
if the parents approve, yeah. Because I know that we were also
Yeah.
talking about like a hype house. Freya had always talking about doing like this weird hype house thing where it's all the Octavians and we're doing like TikToks and stuff. And we were talking about like we're playing an Airbnb and stuff. And Freya will always jump in there and say, "Oh, can I come over? I'll cook the food. I'll do this. I'll do that." But otherwise, until I have the full context, I don't really know in regards to what specifically this is in regards to, because
So
that's what it looks like to me.
I've made the decision. We're going to call up Freya right now, just for better clarification. We're going to clarify everything here for the defense. So we're going to go ahead and bring
Can
her
I
up.
just ask one question real quick to Alec? Just one last question.
Make it quick.
Yeah. So, out of your original debunk, the document, right? What is the big deal one, and then your video in regards to the Freya situation, something that keeps bugging me, like, because I can't seem to understand why. How come you've never shown your Snapchat messages or your Discord messages with Freya? Because if truly nothing went on, don't you think you would have been able to show like the full log or anything like that? Obviously, censoring like personal information and whatnot.
Yeah, may I also add on to that? If you look in the core evidence GC, just proving what Mike had said regarding Snapchat conversations, Alec has a 300 plus streak with Freya on Snapchat.
Okay.
So
Which I don't think it's speculation. Like that's open to interpretation, obviously.
That's not anything bad. I mean,
yeah, but my question is why hasn't he shown anything?
Right.
Answer
Because
the question.
First of all, I haven't been asked by anyone to do a sit down and share my DMs, and second of all, Freya, there's personal information in there.
Right.
It really was up to Freya. So if she was fine with it, I was fine with it. But it never came to that. No one ever came to us and asked us for this.
But wouldn't it be?
So we never.
Wouldn't it be like the ultimate defense if you could just let's say you were making the video right now? Wouldn't it be the ultimate defense to just show your DMs with her after censoring like personal information and all that?
Yeah, you're right, but the other issue is also the accounts. We've had deleted accounts. Okay, so it wouldn't even be a full chat. Like it would be the last 2 months or whatever, but there's still personal information in there. Freya has vented a lot.
What about your Snapchat messages though?
I mean, same thing. It would be up to her. So
I just have a question for you quickly. Why were your accounts and Freya's accounts deleted?
Well, my first account
Alex's accounts were deleted. Yeah. It's
Okay,
different.
let me hold on. I'll respond, then I want Freya to come up. So
Yeah.
my account got deleted for being in the Order Discord server, and whatever, I don't know what happened. Just so we don't know what happened, but it was deleted for supposed violent extremism. And you can ask anyone from the Order. Nobody knows what happened, but there is a theory. We had an Aleczaender bot in the server, and people would usually mess around with the bot and prompt it to say things like, do you believe it was 6 million, for instance? I think you all know what the joke is alluding to. And the bot would say something that was super based and red pilled, and everyone would freak out like, oh, the bot said this, the bot. And so I think what our theory is what happened was that the bot was throwing his optics out the window and saying really bad shit, and it got the server deleted, which got all of our accounts either warned or deleted, including my account. Freya's accounts, I don't know why they get deleted, but I know the last one got deleted because of Moore's Ream harassing her. And she deleted her account to try and move on from him because he was trying to extort her for, he was trying to do bad things to her. And that's why she deleted it. Unfortunately, because of this situation with RCR, she has been forced to come back into the public eye, come back to this game, and whatever else. And that's it.
Okay. What is Freya's user so I can add her to the stage? What's it under?
Wait, what? Oh, what's her?
What's
I think
Freya's?
her user is Angel Freya, and it's spelled ANGELFREYJA.
Yeah, I see it now. Lola X Smith. There we go. So we're gonna invite her to the stage. Hey, Freya.
Hello.
Okay, so the prosecution, Aleczander, you can go ahead and sit back down. And I want everyone to be quiet for this because this is pivotal information. Freya, I'm gonna need you to be sworn in. So, Chief Bailiff, go ahead.
All right, Mrs. Freya. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I promise.
Very well.
Prosecution, you may ask your questions.
Mike.
Wait, can I make my statement first, or is that not allowed?
Yeah, you can read your
You can
statement.
you can make a statement.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Hey, I'm Freya. I'm making this statement because there's been a lot said about me that's either exaggerated, misrepresented, or completely false. I've stayed quiet for a long time, but I think it's finally time to tell the truth from my perspective, without edits, without pressure, and without other people speaking for me. Yes, I did lie about my age being younger early on. When I first met Frisky and Moores in 2023, I was
Right.
I think your Wi-Fi cut out.
Oh.
Oh wait, no,
Did she
muted it.
did she type this up or anything so we can send a screenshot and someone else? She doesn't come back.
I think she
she's
might
here.
want to say
Mike,
it herself.
check your
Yeah,
DMs.
she's here. She's here.
Mike, check
She's
your
here.
DMs.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
What part did I cut off? What part did I cut off on?
The Moore's part.
Okay.
You're
Good. Okay. When I met Frisky and Moores in 2023, I was scared, confused, and felt like by lying about my age that they'd go away and leave me alone. I'd already been through a lot emotionally, and lying felt like the only way to protect myself from my identity being exposed. That didn't make it right, but it's the truth. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and instead of them leaving me alone, they only pursued me further, so I exposed them. Since then, people have confused my age for being older or younger. I like to go on record and say that I was born on August 19th, 2007, making me currently 17 years old. Some of the messages I sent were flirtatious. I regret them, but certain DMs that are now being referenced were either taken completely out of context or came from conversations that I was pressured into continuing. None of these DMs were meant for Alec to see. Neither was Alec aware until long after they were sent. After Alec found out, we became distant and we moved on. One person in particular, Piper or Leah, has played a huge part in twisting this situation. She's lied about multiple men before that she's e-dated. I never thought that she'd do it to me because I considered her to be my best friend. But now I see things clearly. She lied about the pet names Alex supposedly used. All he ever said to me was good morning. Meanwhile, she was also thinking about him too. I think she was just trying to eliminate supposed competition. In the ERP she talked about in her statement, that wasn't Alec. It was an Alec-themed bot that I was messing around with as a joke with another friend. RCR made this clarification. Her entire statement is full of exaggerated and guilt-fueled distortion. She's since cut off all contact with me, not because I wronged her, but because she knows what she did. At the time that all this was happening, I didn't have the emotional maturity to fully understand the situation I was in. I was still a minor trying to figure things out in a confusing, manipulative environment. I understand that some people are angry that my story paints a different picture, but calling me a liar is the oldest tactic in the book for discrediting supposed victims. If I am a victim, then the least you can do is believe me and my story. Just because I made mistakes doesn't mean I deserve to be exposed for your narrative. I've changed, I've grown, I've spent a long time reflecting, and I've been trying to move on. But I can't do that with this document claiming to speak for me when they don't. I'm not proud of everything I did, but I refuse to be made for the scapegoat for what other people did to me. I refuse to let my old mistakes be used for distorted, untrue narratives. And here's the biggest contradiction of all. They're painting me as a helpless victim, but at the same time they're exposing me. Sharing private messages, twisting stories, and dragging my name for a community that claims to protect people. This is what the Roblox criminal records policy says. It is meant to be a safe space for players, one where people can be informed and protected from harmful behavior. But ask yourself, are they making a safe space for victims? Because from where I'm standing, it feels like I've been abandoned by the very system that claims to care about safety. They aren't protecting people, they're targeting them. So this is me finally speaking for myself, not someone who's hiding or trying to play innocent, but someone who's tired of other people telling my story for a twisted narrative. I know who I am now, and I know what I'm not. I'm not a kid anymore, I'm not a liar, and I'm not your victim.
Is that all?
That's all.
Okay, then I'd like to ask. Oh, wait, one second.
My bad.
You can bring up your point, but I'll just introduce what you're going to ask. So, actually, go ahead. Take it away. Take it away.
Yeah. All right. So, for my first point in your statement would be that you said you are 17 and not 16, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if you've seen the document that RCR has made, then you'd see we do have a voice recording of you and your friend, and you did say you were 16 within that voice recording. So
Yeah, this was taken
yes,
June 8th, by the way,
the voice recording
2025.
was taken less than 2 months ago. So
Less,
would you like to debunk
no,
that?
less than a month ago. It was 1 month ago.
Yeah.
It's in
Can I
court
just ask?
evidence if anyone wants to listen.
Can I
Yeah,
just
the voice
ask
recording's
if
in court
you?
evidence.
Sorry, I don't really have that much time. Are you talking about the like recording with Sparkling Winner?
Yep.
It's the voice recording
Yeah.
with Sparkling Winner.
Yep.
That was literally a joke because I was just messing around with him. He's really like, I don't know, gullible, and I have an ID to prove it if you guys would like that. But I
Yeah,
was literally
actually,
just messing
I
around
would
with him.
I would like to see it because I remember Alec was saying about how he saw your ID or whatever, like because he was saying you were 17, and then he saw your ID. So yeah, I would like to see it.
Okay, yeah,
Because right now,
I'll present that later.
yeah, Tony, you can go.
I have a quick question for Alex. When Freya was mentioning the statement about Moors, how did you know she was going to talk about that?
What do you
Like
mean
that
talk
spe-
about Moors?
Like the
Oh,
how'd
because
you
she
know
said
the
it. She stopped at
no
Frisky and Moors.
content of it? Like how'd you know that was going to be the contents of the document? I'm just curious here because we're not trying to interfere with anyone's.
Wait. Re-say what you said. I'm confused.
He's saying, how did I know that she left off at Frisky and Moors? And I told him because that's what she left off on. She said it when I first, whatever, Frisky and Moors, and then she cut off. When she came back, that's where she left off. Told her you said that, and she continued her statement.
Yeah.
So that was the first time you'd heard that statement or anything similar?
Well, the defense had some variant of a statement or whatever.
Yeah, she sent us some statement.
Yeah.
I would say June 27th was when
I don't
she
know
sent
the
us some statement. It's
exact-
not word for word though. It's not word for word.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, that
Are we able
answers
to
my
move on to
Okay.
the next point?
Okay. So you can go ahead and Mike, you can get into your examination. You can ask whatever questions you want.
No, we're just gonna ask a few more questions about the statement. We have a bit more about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freya,
Yeah.
you did say in your statement that you have Alec added on Snapchat, right? And all you say to each other is "Good morning," correct? That's what you said.
Well, no, that's not what I said exactly. I was referencing Piper when we were like, she went on my phone, she looked into my Snapchat, and she says that she half swiped onto our chats and she saw Alec calling me pet names. What I said in my statement was that was not true. He did not call me pet names. All he had said was good morning on that occasion.
Okay. Okay, I see, I see.
I'd like
Quick
to
question.
present some evidence to the court regarding Piper's testimony, by the way, if that's fine.
You'd like to present a what?
Yeah, I have.
Well, I have not a testimony, sorry. It's a screenshot from a chat log
Yeah,
between
I'll submit it to
and-
evidence.
Thank you.
Can I? What's the
So-
context of this?
The context is Leah said that she accused an innocent guy and got away with it.
Who's she referring to?
Well, we believe it's in regards to this situation.
Objection, speculation.
Right, just like you guys are doing. So,
Overruled.
Also, can we get the uncensored screenshot because it just
Yeah, I
shows
can ask
Incog's messages. It doesn't show hers. Yeah, we need. I think Renzo has it likely because the original screenshot was sent to him. Yeah, if we need. I need to see that it was actually her because I just see Incog.
You could ever hook me up with like ranks and stuff in Octavian?
I'll post this as well.
I could definitely do that, and I have done it before, but I don't know if.
But Freya,
Please give me a reason to. Like,
Well, I know, I've seen the
did
screenshots you
anyone
sent.
write your opening statement for you?
the statement that I read out just now.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I just want to confirm real quick. There was no assistance at all in any way in your statement that you just read off. There was no
Yeah.
assistance on any level. You wrote that organically yourself.
Yeah, Freya, remember that you've sworn not to lie here.
No, nobody helped me. I was at a sleepover.
No.
at
There
the-
was no assistance from person, object, anything. There was no assistance, period. Not from any singular person or group. No assistance. You wrote it organically.
And this would include AI as well.
Okay, wait. So I wrote the statement organically, but a couple of people looked over it and proofread it. And when I wrote it originally, my friend was present at the time. We were having a sleepover, and I wrote it with her present, and I sent it to a couple people once it had been written to proofread it and just check that it was okay.
Okay.
What is their name? Yeah, what is their
Yeah,
name?
who did you send it? Who did you send it to?
Also, what does okay mean in this context?
Would check that it
In what
made
context?
sense. Check that it was grammatically correct. So it was my friend in person, Leutgard, Leopold, and I sent it to Voluntad as well.
Is there anybody else?
I think I might have sent it to a couple other people.
Did you send it to anyone a part of the defense?
No, Tony. She said earlier she did send it to us in a group chat because
Yeah.
we were.
You're the prosecution, though. He's asking about the defense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you send it to like Clemens or any
No.
any other assistant?
Or Alexander.
No.
Potentially.
No.
Okay.
I think that was the answer they want.
All right, so just for reference, who was the person? Like, what was their name, their first name, or whatever, or the Roblox username that helped you write this? Because you said that someone was grammar checking or whatever.
No, I sent it. Well, I admit I probably sent it to people that I shouldn't have sent it. I probably sent it too widely because now I can't
Right.
properly remember who I sent it to.
So
But
nobody
originally,
helped you write it, right? Nobody helped you
Excuse
write
me,
it.
I've been sent some additional evidence that I've been requested
Yeah,
to
just
speak about.
wait,
There's a
Adam.
apparently Freya, you had your prom in 2024. I don't know, and then you also claimed your birthday was in August. This person who sent me this evidence says that this means, according to the UK education system, that you would be 16 and turning 17. Lloydgard and Banastic are also part of that education system, and Sparkling Winner. And they also agree that, that according to your educational year, you would still be 16 and turning 17 in August. Can you clear up anything about that?
yeah. So I've skipped a year in school, as I've previously told you.
Okay, yeah. So that's your defense, that you skipped a year in school.
Yeah. So that was my prom in that year, yes, but that was because I am a year below what I'm meant to be at.
How did you skip a year in the UK education system?
It's kind of personal, so I'm not going to go into too much depth. If that's okay. But I was living in another
You can
country.
you can be brief. It doesn't have to be too descriptive, obviously.
I was living in another country for a period of time, and when I returned to England, I was the country that I was in, education system matched up with England's like weirdly, so it meant that I had to do another year twice, if that makes sense.
Okay. Any other questions, prosecution?
Yeah. All right. So, Freya,
I
before I
also
ask,
have questions for her too. So if you can
Yeah.
wrap this
yeah,
up
that
quickly.
Sorry,
comes.
we won't take too long. We won't take
Yeah,
too
that
long.
comes after our part. Freya, I want you to understand before I ask this question. Proofreading is not the same as helping you write your statement. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna submit this in the court evidence GC real quick. Tony, you can send it, but I'm gonna read it out. Freya, you sent. Okay, so this is your friend Sparkling Winner on Snapchat, and in this image, you say, "I've already made my speech." Sparkling says, "Let me guess, Alex seen it." You say, "Nope, I've not spoken to him. I actually go against him," which I also have to ask a question about later. He said, "Okay, that's good," and you said right after that, "Eden helped me write it." So, did someone help you write it?
Yeah, well, okay. Eden is my friend that I referred to earlier. I was having a sleepover with. Basically, I was like making the paragraphs because basically, right, I was sleeping over at her house from the Saturday to the Sunday, and I was misinformed that the court trial was on the Sunday. So I was frantically writing this at the sleepover, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so stressful. I need to like write this, and I read each like paragraph back to her. I was like, does this sound okay? And then she's like, yeah, that sounds good. She was like, oh yeah, Freya, that's so good. And I'm like, oh thanks. And I like would write another paragraph, I'd read it back out to her, and just it was like a process. So in that way, she helped me, but she in no sense told me what to write. And the only reason I told him this is because she is a female that is, you know, obviously in real life to me, that he is like pursuing. So I thought he'd be interested.
I've a question, Freya. I was informed that the UK system doesn't skip academic
No,
years.
it does. When you're transferring between countries, right? It's the same thing in the US. They'll put you down a grade, they'll put you upgrade. It all depends on like when you're transferring high schools or just schools in general by countries.
Okay.
It's rare. It's rare. Like it's rare, but when you're transferring between countries, it allows you. Like it depends because sometimes you'll go down or you'll go up.
I've never heard of that before. I didn't know they
Yeah.
did that.
I've got
Okay.
like literally 2 other people in my year group who've done it. So it's not that rare.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Mike,
Is
do you have
that
anything
is that
else?
is that all the questions you want to ask?
Yeah, Mike, do you have anything else?
Nah, Alec, you can go ahead.
Yeah, we
with
use
yours.
Alec.
Alright,
Thank you.
Hold on. I've something I want to get to Tony real quick.
Sorry. Yeah.
Look in the prosecution GC, Tony.
In the what?
The prosecution
The
GC that
prosecution
page been.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Can I?
Wait, sorry, Alec. We do have one more point to bring up.
Okay.
Right. Tony, I'm gonna send you this in the evidence group chat. Freya, you stated you had no prior contact with Alec before this trial, right? Like you're coming here as a third-party individual testifying on your behalf.
Could you just explain to me like at what point you're referring to? Because like I have had
So
yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm sorry for interrupting, but in your testimony, you said you're coming forth as your own person, not on Alec's side, not on our side, not on anybody's behalf,
Yeah.
right? And you said you had no prior contact with Alec before this kiss? Like,
No.
like you cut contact with Alec when this was happening.
Yo, can I?
All right.
All right, wrap that up real quick,
Mike,
because something
Mike,
big just came up.
Address what you want to address.
Okay.
So in the court evidence GC, right after Tom asked that question, Aleczander started typing in the court evidence GC, and he said, "Say that your lawyer instructed me, Leopold, that you're with us, and that RCR told me the same." So are you telling him? Are you telling her what to say right now?
Oh my god, dude.
Yo,
Oh my
that's
god,
crazy,
bro.
Ashburn, bro.
Please, Tony, please put that in the channel, please.
Order.
All right.
Order
That is the
in
most insane fumble in human history, bro.
Wow.
order.
So he's
Wait, Mike, order.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm really
Continue-
confused
Mike,
right now.
you can
sorry.
continue your point, but don't. None of your prosecutors can interrupt.
Okay,
Go
okay,
ahead.
just me. So, like I said, I already posted the screenshot, and he was typing in court evidence GC. So, I think this was right after Tom and Victor asked her a question. So I think it's kind of obvious that he's telling her what to say.
I don't know anything about this.
Why don't you guys?
Can you
Why
speak
don't you
to-
guys show us your screenshots?
So
Why don't you guys show us your
my
DMs?
communication. I'm in communication with my lawyers, and the conversation is between them as a buffer. So, but what is said is true. Leopold told me that he'll be a buffer between me and Freya, and that he will talk to her through me, and vice versa. Because obviously, it would be bad optics if I was in direct communication with Freya. And you could ask my lawyers this; they will vouch that they are a buffer between me
All
and
right,
Freya.
Mike.
Let me know when you're done. Let me know when you're done. I'll rebuttal.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Tony, is that sustained?
I think the main point was Tom and Victor asked her a question, and then you immediately started typing in court evidence GC, and then said that I think it's kind of obvious that you're telling her what to say, even if keep in mind Freya was claiming that she cut contact with Alec, but
well, we didn't cut full, like we still here added, but we're not actively communicating, if that makes sense. Like I said earlier, there is a buffer between my lawyers and her. So anything that I say to her, they give to her, and vice versa. And that's what I've been
right. But you're still telling her what to say in her testimony.
So you're communicating with her via a third party.
Leopold is her lawyer, and he is the one that reached out to her alongside, I believe it was White Guard. Someone reached out and said that Freya would be on my defense. I forget the context, but that's how I knew about these things. That's how I knew that Freya's gonna be our witness. It's because they reached out and told us. That is the honest to God truth. So
yeah, but you keep trying to. I think you keep trying to dance around the fact that it all comes down to that you're still telling her what to say in her. She's put up here as a witness right now. She should be saying. She should be answering the questions.
I just said it's the truth.
Yeah, but we just proved that you told her, you were telling her what to say.
You can speculate that, but that's not 100% what's going on. She is saying the truth, and what is being said is what happened. You can say that I'm twisting it and I'm advising her or whatever, but that's What's going
All right,
on?
I'm gonna let Tom and Victor speak real quick.
But before you guys speak, I'd like to state you're almost at your 2 hour mark. So if you want to address the doxing after you wrap this up,
Yeah, we can
that'd be
address
ideal.
it right after this, right after Tom and Victor speaks.
Yeah. I think we're done with the questions for Freya. I think
Okay.
we're just gonna give Alec. Are you down to answer one question for us?
Go for it.
All right, Alec. You are saying like your lawyers are acting as a buffer with you and Freya, correct?
That is correct.
Then in the group chat, why are you referring it in a perspective like you're talking to Freya? Like, say that your lawyer instructed me that you were with us, and RCR told me the same. You're speaking in the perspective that you're in a DM with Freya instead of talking to your lawyers who are supposed to act as a buffer for you and Freya. And
Sorry. Can I just say something?
yeah, go for it.
That's clearly not to me because I don't have a lawyer. I was told that I am not allowed one.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that the screenshot that was sent was Alec literally like going into our group chat on accident. Probably.
But that can't have possibly been to me because I don't have a lawyer.
Okay.
Someone-
Anyway, I want to
some-
ask my questions to Freya.
Yeah.
And we can go to the CNR part of this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
There is someone who claims to be Freya's lawyer.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're
okay.
I don't
It
think they're
really-
officially recognized by the court, but they DM'd me saying, "Are you
Okay,
able to tell the judge in whatever group chat
Adam,
you're in that I am
that's-
Freya's lawyer?" But it is
Okay,
maybe
can
that's
we
not relevant.
just no? There's no. Let's just move on with this. I have a load of questions I want to ask, so I'm just gonna give a couple of them. Freya, in your testimony, you mentioned that you regret sending flirtatious messages. Can you confirm that these messages were not sent to me, defendant Aleczander, but rather other people?
Yes, I can confirm that.
Okay. Can you, in November 2024, these so-called flirtatious messages were leaked by Patrick J. Smith. Can you confirm that at some point around this period, that communication with defendant Aleczander me was blocked and that you left Octavian for a while after this?
Yes, I can confirm.
Since you first left Octavian, have you expressed any sort of flirtatious behavior about myself, defendant Aleczander, in any personal messages?
No, I have not.
At any point, did defendant Aleczander, me, make you uncomfortable?
No, he did not.
At any point, did defendant Aleczander say or do anything to you that would be considered flirtatious?
No.
At any point, did defendant Aleczander say or do anything to you that would be considered grooming?
No.
RCR Roblox Criminal Records claims that you are a victim of defendant Aleczander. Do you agree with this take?
No, I would say that I'm rather a victim of RCR and Mike's document.
RCR leaked various screenshots of things you've said, some of which can be described as erotic or sexual in theory. At any point, did RCR ask you for permission to use these screenshots in their document?
No, they have never.
And from my understanding, I've been briefed that doing so can be considered illegal.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Did
Well,
RCR
wait.
ever?
Oh, wait. No.
Okay. Did RCR ever ask you for permission to release their document in which you are the main spotlight of?
No, they didn't.
Did RCR ever ask you if it was okay to speak on your behalf in their document?
No, they didn't.
In an RCR stage hosted Thursday, June 26th, you went on the stage and said that RCR has victimized you and did more damage to you than defendant Aleczander could have ever done. Do you stand by this statement?
I stand by this statement. Yeah.
Can you describe how you felt that night?
I felt really tense and anxious and worried. I was so taken aback by all of the hate that I was getting, and I was appalled by all the personal and private things that had been leaked about me. I was shaking, my hands were shaking so bad, I could barely eat or sleep. I couldn't focus on my schoolwork or my work, my job. It was pretty bad.
Can you describe some of the pain and suffering you went through the days following the release of that document?
I was just like constantly worried, and I'd be like checking my phones for like new DMs or friend requests. I literally lived in fear of like what other people thought of me, and I hate to make enemies, and I tried to be nice to everybody, but it was just so overwhelming that so many people just hated me all at once, and yeah, I literally could not get over the betrayal of some of my close friends. It was like leaking my private thoughts and feelings for like no reason.
Some people believe that you are incapable of being independent and coming with an original idea or an original statement. Do you agree with this sentiment?
No.
Objection. Like these questions are leading. You can't do things like, do you agree, etc., etc.
We're almost done. We're almost done.
That's objection sustained. Don't lead into the question to make the
Yeah.
witness say a certain answer. You have to be neutral. It's supposed to be investigative, so we can
Yeah.
get information from that, not to lean into a certain answer. So I would ask that you re-ask the question.
I would like to file a motion to completely dismiss or like questioning on the basis of leading.
You're lagging. You're
Okay. He wants.
Let me say, we would like to request the
Go ahead.
motion to dismiss the line of questioning for leading. The witness, based on his questions, are worded to get desired answer.
If it may please the Right Honorable Justice Tony the Pro, the tribunal consisting of me, Lourdes, Patrick, and Adam have reached the unanimous consensus that Freya's testimony is under perjury. She has originally lied in her oath, and we consider her testimony under this case and any other case to be perjury.
Wow. So am I going to be able to continue with my line of questioning?
You can continue with your line of questioning, but Freya, I'll do this for you.
Okay.
Freya, there's going to be consequences because you just lied under oath, and you can't do perjury. Aleczander, you don't lead into questions. Be neutral. Be investigative to support if you want to support your argument.
Okay.
You may continue.
Thank you. So, do you consider Leah, also known as Piper, a close friend?
Yeah, I do. Wait, no, yeah, I did. I don't anymore.
Okay. So you would say that Piper's narrative about you is untrue?
Yes, it's untrue.
Okay. And
if I may,
objection.
I have one more. I literally have one more.
Tony.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm being asked by my fellow justices why Freya is still giving testimony after being dismissed.
Motion to dismiss unreliable witness. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I don't know why you've dismissed it. You have no proof.
Freya, you lied under
You
oath.
originally, you said you hadn't worked with anyone when you wrote the document,
And then
you
Alec
said you didn't
corroborated
actually
it, saying that he's working with you indirectly.
That's not true. There is always
even if you claim that's not true, there's still the Eden statement, which is
we've
pretty
seen.
objective.
I've already seen images, and there's evidence to suggest. So, Freya, you're gonna have to go down, and we're gonna continue to the next point.
Tony, can I just say this
Alright.
quickly?
Fine.
Like, okay, so you have to like think about it. Like the members of the audience, you have to think about it deeply about it like this. She said she'd say her statement with accuracy and not lie about anything. With accuracy means if she has contact with Aleczander in any way, it's not just like, oh, I have a buffer with a lawyer or a friend, blah, blah, right? Like, if you're gonna say no contact, it's no contact. It's not indirect contact. It's not direct contact. It's not, something.
It doesn't matter what form of communication that
Yeah.
he's in with Freya, whether it be direct or indirect. They're still communicating, and he's still getting a point across. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah,
So,
and we give it to Tony D_.
So we're going to move on to the doxing and cyber criminal.
Yeah, the CNRA situation.
Nine.
We're gonna start with that one.
Justice.
Is there any way for Juba to be unbanned for the duration of the, or he's already unbanned, but can he be?
Juba's unbanned.
Yeah, can he be moved up?
Both
Yeah.
Malleable and Juba should be unbanned.
I'll bring.
I think Malleable isn't on right now, so just bring Juba up.
Chung Heng Chai. Oh, we have to bailiff swear him in.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What's his name?
Shang Heng Chive or Juba.
Oh, yeah,
Just
I'm
do
not in the
Juba.
game, actually.
Juba. Okay, sure.
You don't have
When
to.
he
You don't have
gets
to be in
up
the
here.
game. You don't have to be in the
Is he
game. I
here?
don't,
There he is. All right. Mr. Juba, do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Good. Carry on.
We're gonna.
So-
Mike, it's your questioning.
Or
Yeah.
are they supposed to say something?
I'm gonna ask you some questions. I'm gonna ask you some questions, and then if Alexander wants, he can ask you some questions afterwards. So, the CNRA situation happened around like March 19th to probably the 25th, right? 2025. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you explain from the CNRA's perspective, right? Can you explain, basically give us a gnosis of what went down from your perspective and the aftermath, obviously.
So, you know, Malleable Fortune Heatnet Squad and his individuals, they may have been exploiting in Madrid, but then Alec, he got all worked up about it. He started going after CNRA, right?
Wait. Do you
all of
did they exploit in Madrid or did they not?
Well, I haven't seen substantial proof that we or like anyone from CNRA itself has been, but I'll entertain the idea.
Okay.
Oh.
So, because sources are telling me that you guys did exploit in Madrid.
Well, not me, not anyone that I'm aware of, not any
Okay.
personal individuals, but well, so Alec, he put it all on the CNRA, right? And then Aryan, he came in. He was like, to Alec, we'll sort this out. Me and Alec will sort out this whole ordeal, right? And that kind of consisted of, you know, doxing my friend on Blue, who's from Taiwan. Got his full name, his phone number, his social media. He started going after Zhang too. I got his Instagram, partial phone number, his PayPal's first name and initials, and numerous other things, all within the span of a couple hours or so, until we ultimately decided that we, you know, fold, and Zhang was, you know, extorted into the apology. It was, you know, forced to do it. And after this occurred, Alec went into Octavian. He announced, well, Zhang has apologized, and we are victorious, and he is such a... and blah, 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 right? In his server. After Zhang was unwillingly forced to apologize, in stalemate, to everyone, as a form of humiliation ritual for something that Zhang had no part in, something that I had no part in, and something that we had not been properly and diplomatically told of, that we could have solved peacefully, and we could have dealt with the individuals if proper proof and evidence was required. But actually, Alec jumped the gun, brought an Aryan, and there's these DMC screenshots of Alec praising, and he was accepting Aryan, who wanted to, you know, have admin perms and stalemated. He wanted to have his group accepted into stalemated and have whatever powers and an alliance. And Alec, he let that in, from what I'm aware of, and he was made admin and stalemated. And you know, but Zhang and I'm Blue were dogs in this situation. And afterwards, Aryan apologized and he admitted and he showed DMs of Alec, you know, praising his actions. So Aryan actually apologized and, you know, he was like, I'm sorry about this. And then he admitted to the DMs from Alec, which were shown praising and celebrating and conceding what he wanted, which was admin and the diplomatic perms and whatever in the alliance. So you know,
Prosecution. Do you want to ask any further questions before Alex
Yeah.
crosses?
So
Go ahead.
so to my knowledge, Zhang and everyone else was banned from Stalemate before they issued the apology, correct?
wait, can you repeat that?
To my knowledge, Zhang and the rest of the CNRA, but primarily Zhang, was banned from Stalemated before the apology was sent, right?
We weren't banned. We weren't banned. Nobody was banned at this time. We were banned.
No, I'm saying before Zhang issued the apology and Stalemated, were any of you banned?
Oh, let me check. Because I don't think we were banned. Because
All right.
Zhang had to do the apology, but you know, there was obviously the action against CNRA, and you know.
Okay. Is that everything?
Well,
No, I'm waiting for him to answer.
Oh.
Zhang has said that he may be banned. He may have been banned. Or well,
Oh,
what I'm seeing
ha-
in the group
Right.
chat based on chat logs. Based on the chat logs, Zhang. I don't know the audit logs. Someone can check the audit logs and see if Zhang was banned around this time period.
Right.
Well, what is the time
I mean,
period in question? What's the range?
from it was
2025.
it was March 2025 from I think the 19th to the 23rd of 2025.
Being banned from Stalemated.
So I think CNRA was removed from Stalemated, right?
Yeah.
And then a bunch of shit went down.
Because of the doxing allegations and all that stuff.
I think they were removed before because they like did an improper declaration of war against Octavium or something like that, and then they were just banned. According to the evidence that we have, right, from back when the situation. Yeah, I'll send it all. Hold up.
Evidence?
Yeah.
And all this evidence, is it coming from the same place or is it DMs?
One is from there's a screenshot from the audit logs of right before Zhang released the apology and Stalemated. Hold on, I'm grabbing him right now. Okay, I'm sending it right now in the core evidence GC. So essentially, Aryan went to them and then extorted them into doing it, and then he sent Aleczaender the apology after Aleczaender said he wanted to see it before it's posted, and then Aleczaender was trying to see where he would announce it, and then the last screenshot is showing Aleczaender unbanning Zhang to release the apology. And then following this, Aleczaender released his statement in Octavium, which I can send a screenshot of that as well right now. The first screenshot is Zhang's statement in Scalemated, and the second screenshot is Aleczaender's statement in Octavium with a screenshot of Zhang's statement.
Everybody, order in the court. The defense has asked for a 30-minute recess. The trial will convene in 30 minutes at 4:50.
30 minutes? What the fuck?
That is how long? Yeah, I mean it's fine, I guess.
What did I hear?
Alexander, he needs his break.
We're gonna waste 30 minutes real quick.
Hey, one other thing. I can after we come back, I have another witness who is more involved than Juba was per se, that can come up and explain the situation a little bit better from their perspective,
Oh, is it
if
valuable?
necessary. No. Malleable's not on. It's Schmutzig man.
Okay, word.
So
Yeah,
there's
Lourdes.
been an
He's
there's
not
been an
banned.
there's been an order. So defense, prosecution, and the panel of justices, please come behind the court.
Okay.
I'm rejoining the game. I just
Half
disconnected.
of
for
half
being
of us are
idle.
not in the game. Half of us are not.
I'll rejoin. All right, I'll rejoin.
I think I'm not in the 20 group.
I don't think you have to be, but I'm not sure.
Mike, something I was
Yeah.
curious about. Is
Oh
I
no, we
thought
had a hacker
Martin-
join. Should I turn the whitelist on? I'll turn it off.
Okay. Turn the whitelist.
What do you?
Was
Let me know when
Sparkling
it's off
winner?
so I can join.
I thought you had
Okay,
some
good.
witnesses
You can
to the
join.
first section, but clearly not. Or are they saved for the end of your whole section?
I mean, I guess we're already done with the phrase situation, so it's not really necessary to pull them up anymore.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Wait, so are we going in a private VC? Like, what's going on?
Well, let me know when's the whitelist gonna come off so I can join.
It's off. You can join.
It's off. It's off. Mike,
I'm
it's off.
waiting.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah, let's join a private VC. Let's join a private
Why
VC.
Can we just make a group chat, bro? Like, do we really
Open the
gotta?
gate.
there's not
There's
enough
too much
room.
people. Yeah. Open
Just
the gate, guys.
join the
Thanks.
administration VC. I'll move people there.
Can we just have Mike and Alec and the prosecution and the
White guard said
tribunal?
make a GC.
Wait,
Yeah, make a GC.
who is falling snow? Joshua.
Dude, I'm literally in this stage. Why are you? Okay.
Where did
Yeah, I'll
Alec
make
go?
I'll make
Oh, he was tapped out.
Someone asked who I was. I'm part of the prosecution. Sorry, defense. My apologies.
All right, I was just wondering.
We
It's
don't need
alright.
everybody and their dog to be in the group chat.
Oh,
Sorry,
you're here.
assemble the group chat. Then.
I'm making it right now.
Howard.
Oh my god. Mike, you're
I'm going through the border right now.
Someone add Adam.
Howard, you know, you gotta have me.
Yeah, and can someone teleport me?
There
You're
we
in
go.
there.
Yeah.
Patrick.
And when you guys open the
Beautiful. We love to see it.
Alright, bro, let's
Thank
go,
you.
let's go, let's go.
All right, where am I going? I'm in the game.
All right, fellas, recess for 30 minutes or so, 30 minutes or less, and then we'll resume.
You guys open this thing over?